Just like old times.
Just
Remember?
like old
It's
times.
Karen and Spencer.
Yep. Got the band back together.
Yes. Stella.
We've had a hard day of chess.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. I don't know about you, but my games were exhausting.
It was exhausting, and this last game was I was just losing the whole game.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was just losing
Oh,
the
yeah,
whole
I
game.
saw that one.
It was just terrible.
Your opponent seemed like he was pretty good, though.
Oh, it was just terrible.
He played, like, well the whole time.
I
He stopped your mating threat there at the end.
At the end, yeah.
He had good technique. I mean, it wasn't too hard, but he still had
That
it.
was
He
my
still
only
had it.
hope was there at the end.
Yeah,
that sucked. That sucked. Hey, Kangaroo.
Yeah, I thought it was like, I don't know, 3% that you'd win there. Really?
I thought I had a chance.
Yeah.
I still to the.
I think 3% is fair.
I agree with that. That's why I didn't resign or anything, because
Mm-hmm.
you know. Oh, I mean that's why people don't kill themselves. Because there's always hope.
There's just one more day. Huh?
There's always hope out there. And
move.
when I'm in a chess game, I'm always thinking there's hope.
Yeah, and
I
you
do
have
not
to
give
think
up.
that way.
I never give up.
Because you might as well. If there's not hope, it doesn't hurt to think that there's hope.
Right.
So you always play to the condition that you could win.
Yeah, it's more fun.
Well, that too. But it's competitively correct as well.
Anyway, well, I'm not quite ready to start our games. Let's just wait a moment.
Yeah.
I want to logistic.
I'm ready for a nap.
Well, we're supposed to be on Chess TV in about 1 minute. And so the first order of business for today. Hey, Chekhov or Sichov.
Also, is Kangaroo here? Or is that an old one? How is he here so fast? Wow. How's it going, Kangaroo?
I don't know.
If you're here.
Yeah.
And what about, why did he do exclam 3 minute?
Well, because he thought it was going to be Ben.
Right.
And so we're not doing that today in spite of what the
Right.
schedule says.
Right,
trying
the
to
title
learn.
is different. I was just wondering if the title, but you did change the title.
I changed the title, but
Crushed it.
but he knows like Ben always does 3 minute on Saturday and 5 minute on Sunday. But see, Ben.
How's it going, the Invisible Man?
Ben is on his way back from Michigan.
Oh, Sir Diva with 27
Yay!
bits.
Thank you. Hey, we can't hear anything.
Well, I think because it was less than 200 bits, right?
Maybe.
Isn't that how it was? I forgot.
I don't know how his stream is
How's
set
it going,
up.
Shane?
I
there
heard
it is.
something. Yay!
Fool's mate. Thank you for subscribing.
Yay! Thank you, Fool's Mate.
Nice.
Oh, you changed it back to 5? Yeah, that makes sense because he'll probably stream tomorrow.
Hey, the Invisible Man, I saw you chatting on the Grand Prix tournament on Chess 24 earlier in the morning. I was watching that too.
Why are you confused?
Seaburn.
Am I using the right computer? I mean, it makes me wonder, did I hook up? That'd be funny if I'm streaming on my channel. Didn't even know it.
It says GM Ben Feingold.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're doing it right.
Well, then I don't know what's going on, people.
Yeah.
Why are you so confused trying
Thank
to
you,
learn?
Gebs. Thank you.
Seaburn, thank you. Yo Smoker. Who is Spencer Yo Smoker? What does that mean, smoker? That we smoke doobies or that we're good looking?
I don't. Maybe that's just like a thing to call somebody. It doesn't necessarily mean you
mean
smoke.
anything.
Right.
Maybe
right.
it's just like a compliment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, like, hey, jackass.
You know, we're not Ben Feingold, but we're close. Okay, so.
That's true.
Too bad.
Oh, Sir Diva gifting 2 subs.
Yay, thank you. Ben, Ben's out of town, and so it was no stream or,
Yes, Stella
family
is
stream.
a good beer. Yes, Quantum
So
Nights.
that's what happened. That's why we're here. And we're going to go over our games. We are going to do some chess.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe not quite as in-depth as Benjamin Feingold.
Maybe more in depth.
Maybe. That's it's possible.
But not exactly the same amount of depth. That's one thing I'm almost 100% sure. Oh, Curious Chimpanzee. Go us. Go, Curious Chimpanzee.
Hey, Thaddeus. How's it going? Yeah, Ben's out of town, but he will come back tonight.
All right, go, Bennett. He did go. We're the next best things.
Yeah, it's all going to be good. Hey, Fraudwith. How's it going? Can he at least drink Perrier and tell stories?
Well, I mean, Stella's also green.
Right, it's
so
green.
It's like my own style, but it's my own twist on his style.
All right. Well, maybe one thing I want to know is if we're on Chess TV because it says, it's hard to tell.
Right, it was at like 70, and then it went to 13 people watching, and now it's like 186.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Broadwood. Yeah, we were talking about it's like we got the band back together. Oh, we are on there. Yay. Hey, Chess TV.
Oh, awesome.
No.
How's it going, Chess TV? I can't remember the last time I was on Chess TV. But I remember we were,
Yeah, many times.
A few times.
Yeah, my name is not Grandmaster Feingold.
Yeah.
But we are here, and we're going to go over some games. Do you want to get started, or do you want to just hang out for a minute?
I don't know. It's up to you. You're driving. I'm just along for the ride.
I'm I'm happy to sit here for a minute.
All right, yeah.
We're going to go over some games.
I'm feeling kind of lazy right now.
Yeah, okay.
Because my games were pretty tough. But anyways, we can just talk about how the tournament went.
Yeah.
How was your tournament?
It was all right. I played. We're going to show games from the tournament that we had at our chess club here in Atlanta.
Yeah. For
those that are Chess TV people that may not know Ben's channel very well, Ben is not here. We're sitting in for Ben, which is fine with us because it's fun. And we're going to go over our games. And so today at our chess club, we had a G60 D5 tournament. And I took a bye last round so I could get ready for the stream. So I played 3 games. And I'm not very high rated. I'm in the under 1400 section. And I won my first 2 games. Thank you for that sub, Mendex 420. I won my first 2 games and I lost my 3rd game. It was so tough. It was the last game to finish. Hey, Jay Wolfan, I saw your email too.
Nice. Good to see you again, Jay.
I shall reply. But
I'm a National Master Rohith, not a GM.
Yeah, Ben's not here,
Right. He's the GM.
He's the GM. It was, not clickbait or anything. He's just out of town.
Right.
He's out of town, and so we're filling in.
Thank you, the worst in chess.
Yeah. Hey, VI Pam, I haven't seen you in a while. How's it going?
So for me, I actually took a bye in the first round instead of the last round.
That was very surprising.
Yeah, actually, in the morning, I had kind of a tummy ache.
Oh.
And I still wanted to go, which it was weird because I've been eating really healthy and not eating at night. Oh, look, we got 10 gifted subs.
Yay.
Thank you,
Yay.
Ja.
Thank you, JAA928.
Go, JAA.
Thank you so much. A regular gifter here on the stream. Thanks a lot. Yeah, Archer threw up last night.
Oh, yeah?
So I wonder if there was something going on.
Hey, maybe it was that, did he have a piece of that apple thing?
What apple
It was
thing?
like an apple fritter or something.
Oh, that pumpkin fritter.
Oh, it was pumpkin? Okay.
Pumpkin. Yeah, I don't know.
I wouldn't know it was pumpkin if you didn't tell me.
Yeah,
it tasted good.
Joe brought that in.
Yeah, yeah.
I had some of that the other day.
That was good.
That did not make me sick at all.
Well, that was the only unusual thing I ate. I didn't think it really made me sick, but I was just wondering if he had it too, then maybe we have sensitive tummies. But anyways, so I did show up for the second round. I won. I think I played it pretty well, but I saw a trick he could do. I'll show you guys the trick he could do to have gotten a draw in endgame. I didn't see it till the last second.
Wait, who's the opponent?
Matthew Zhang.
Oh, Matthew. That's right.
Yeah,
that was the second round of the
tournament.
tournament.
Round 2.
But your first round. But...
Right.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Squire, for a Prime sub.
Yeah, Matthew's gotten a lot stronger.
Totally. I mean, he beat Doric recently.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, which is Doric's tough.
Yeah.
He's really solid.
Yeah,
Doric rarely loses to lower rated players.
Right.
He's extremely consistent.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Then I beat Xavier. I think I made one mistake, but it was overall a pretty clean game. And I calculated it really well at the end, I hope, until the engine says
Hey,
no.
there was something...
This is, I think, part of the 10 subs,
Oh, it's still part of it.
JAA.
Sorry. I just now heard that. I'm going to turn the sound up. I can't hear it.
Yeah, it is a little quiet.
Let's see if that's better.
And then in the last round,
There.
I played Caden. I had white and a Nidorf, and it seemed like he just played it great and was winning the whole time, or just, better the whole time. Mm-hmm. And I offered a draw, and he accepted. So we tied for first, and some people can catch us at 3.
Yeah, I
who
haven't
have
seen
two.
them. I haven't seen them in forever.
Yeah, Kaden and Evelyn.
Yeah, Evelyn didn't even come.
Right, I noticed that. I was expecting to see her.
I think she's too young to be vaccinated.
Right.
Hang on, I gotta fix it.
Okay.
It's driving me crazy. Let's see. Open. Sound. Open. Yeah, here it is. Oh no, that's not what I wanted.
Thanks for 222 bits. Sir Diva D.
I don't think I even did it. Okay, never mind.
All right.
All right, so what did
Can we
I
get the
miss?
chat back on over
Oh,
here?
yeah. Wait, what did I do?
I don't know.
Terrible.
Oh, we do look lovely today. Thank you.
I know what it is. It's control minus. Or plus.
Yeah, no, a minus is right.
It doesn't look right. Oh, that's not it. It's the arrow.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we got it. So let me go back up again.
Yeah, totally. 'Cause that's too tiny writing. Okay.
We did it.
That's not Perrier. Can't get anything past you, Tim. Should have been a detective. I've been watching a lot of Monk recently.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty good. I like it. There are a lot of really good jokes.
I've never seen it.
Overall, it's like good. Like overall, it's good. But sometimes it's just so funny.
Yeah.
Some of the jokes are really, really funny.
Who's in that? Remind me. I've heard
Tony
of him.
Shalhoub.
Oh.
And it's also Sarah Silverman's in many episodes.
Oh, yeah, I like her.
And also the guy from Silence of the Lambs. He's in it too.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
The old guy?
No.
Oh,
He
no.
like the kidnapper guy.
Oh, the kidnapper
Yeah.
guy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's in it.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good. Everybody else is like pretty bad at acting on the show. Like not
Yeah.
great, other than those people. But
So
they're great. All the three
So
people I
it's
mentioned are great.
an
Yeah.
imperfect show.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they don't have the budget to hire all amazing actors. You
Yeah.
know? They have some ridiculous actors. I mean, they're okay, you know, but they're not at the level of the other guys. Yeah, there it is. Ted Levine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that guy.
That's right.
All right. Well, let's start a game.
All right, well, let's go. Maybe, do you want to do like each round at a time, like chronologically?
We could do that.
All right, that'd be cool.
So
then we can like mix our games in, right?
Yeah, because then you're in the last one and I'm not,
Right.
and I'm in the first one.
Yeah, so you should start with your first
okay,
round. Yeah.
so let me see.
Do you want me to put in the moves? And you
Yeah.
can say them out loud.
Sure.
That'll probably be the fastest. Is this the right thing to do, or I have to make an analysis board,
2,
right?
3. Yeah, I think you have to go to the analysis.
How do I do it? It's different now. Is it custom?
No.
No.
It should be in right there.
Here. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. It's just been a while since I've done this.
Yeah.
Oh, you could type in the names. So what color did you have?
Oh darn! Did I put it?
Yeah.
I did put it.
You had white?
So I had white.
All right. You want to move that beer? So
Oh yeah, I'm so bad with the. I
And then
wonder
Zach.
what happened to Ben.
Right.
Oh, he's showed up now.
Private. All right, we did it.
All right, let's see.
All right, you had white, so I'll play the first move. Now tell me the moves.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to get my glasses on. If
Oh,
I gotta
okay.
which is fine.
Yeah,
Just
you
get
just
it
shout
done.
them out, you know.
All right. All right. So D4, D5, Bishop F4. I can't even read my own writing. I guess that's C5.
Okay.
Yeah. And then C3, Knight C6,
Yeah, that seems right.
E3, Bishop F5, Knight B to D2,
Okay.
Knight F6. I know my notation's not going to be right.
That's okay.
Knight F3, E6, H3, Bishop D6, Knight E5, A6. I think it says Knight F3. Maybe, yeah. Castle, Bishop E2, Knight E4, Castle, F6, Knight takes C6, B takes C6, Bishop takes D6, Queen takes D6,
Mm-hmm.
Knight H4, C takes D4, Knight Knight takes f5. E takes f5. C takes d4. Rook b8. Queen c2. Rook b6. It's all right so far?
Yeah, yeah.
a3. Thank you for that noise one moment
Buddy.
ago. Rook f to b8. b4. a5. B takes on a5. Rook to b2. Did I mess up?
No, no.
Oh,
Well,
queen d3.
Yeah, just keep going.
Rook to d2. Queen a6. I think it says king f7.
Mm-hmm.
I was so happy for that move. I was like, thank God. And then I went bishop f3. And then I can't read it. Oh, rook 8 to b2.
Yeah.
I couldn't read it. Bishop takes on e4. F takes e4. Queen a7 check. King g6. Queen a8. Rook d to c2. And then queen e8 check. King g5. a6. I can't read this. Queen
b8 probably.
Queen something 7. Queen a6.
Oh, queen c7.
Oh yeah, it does say c. That's
Then
a
rook
horrible
ac1.
C. Okay, rook ac1.
I would expect you to have really nice handwriting.
I don't. And it's terrible.
Yeah, it's
I know,
kind of weird because
sorry.
you're like a kind of a meticulous person, right?
I can't write. It used to be better. It went downhill. All right.
Yeah, we're almost done here.
Yeah.
He went out as king. That's probably the right attitude to have. Then I guess he resigned
Yeah.
instead of trying a check for fun.
He resigned, yeah. That was it.
Well, you know what I would do is I would check. This is totally losing, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Here, then check, right? Then you'll take that, won't you? Then I'll check here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll play this, won't you?
I would just take.
Okay. But I would try that, just hoping you'd play that. Then queen takes rook. I'm right back in it, baby. I do stuff like that all the time.
Really?
It never works.
That's not
it
gonna
never
work
works.
in a
Yeah,
G60.
no.
It might work on my
never
blitz.
works, yeah.
On my blitz, it would work.
But why not? I'm gonna resign. I might as well try it.
Yeah, definitely. It's fun
Yeah.
too. Never tries this kangaroo. Always tries this NJ Crispy.
That seemed like an interesting game. Let's take a look at it.
So,
C3 is interesting. You're sort of allowing an exchange Slav then. That's a transposition
Yeah,
into the exchange Slav.
that's
But that's
true.
not too bad. You can say it's not a problem. But your opponent didn't do that. I mean, this is like really easy for blacks. You should probably do something more precise, but I don't really know what. You know?
yeah, it seemed pretty.
I mean, black's super comfortable here.
Yeah, it seemed pretty.
He got
boring.
c5 and bishop f5, bishop d6. I like how he played it. No reason not to take this. You should probably just do that. Because he should, I think, not let you. At least a6 is such a waste of a move.
Oh, because
know.
he went a6.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a6
Oh, I
is so
see.
useless in that structure,
I see now. Yeah, darn.
But it's not a big deal. It's just some positional stuff. It probably doesn't matter too much. He made you take it anyway, so whatever. Still seems like sort of an interesting position. He's more active, but obviously his structure is worse. It's nice, really good. Can't really play f3 either. All right, so this is where it got sharp, right? He went here. I kind of want to see what the engine says here. Equal. And a5 is the move. So far, like a pretty good game.
Yeah, I thought it was a good game.
Oh. Sorry, I was concerned that I was... Because of my student. All right, so anyways, you took. Which, that's what I would do. Is that what the engine said? So it's okay.
What was the best move? I didn't know.
It's about the same as the... This is the best move, yeah.
Oh, okay, because I thought
That's what I would have done, yeah.
I
Yeah, why not, right?
I mean,
you lose a pawn otherwise, but it wants to get some compensation there.
right, yeah. I knew that's what he was going to
All
do.
right, yeah, you have to go here.
So I looked at that for a really long time. And
Right. No, you handled this right. This is just good for you.
Yeah, I looked at it for a really long time. I was like, I could get trapped down in there with this.
This
stupid
move is
looks.
crazy, you're right.
Yeah, that was where I felt like I got control of the game because it allowed me to get my bishop safe because I knew he was
Right.
going to double up, and he wasn't really sure about it.
So I mean, you're right that there's like a tenuous situation, and your opponent has to like put pressure on you.
Right. What is the engine move?
F4. Exactly doing just that, right?
Yeah. I just thought,
doing just
I didn't
that.
understand F7 at all. I was so happy though.
Right. This is the only reasonable move.
Or King F7.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to take it, it says. Then, okay, this is it's the only winning move, it says. Is here.
Protecting, okay.
Right. I mean, it's tough, though. You can't move your bishop, though. Like, he's very active. But if you can't do anything, you'll eventually win.
Because
So,
your pawns.
so the engine says you're winning, probably you can't do anything. But during a game, you'd be stressing out. Right? I mean,
I'd be stressing out. But I was even when
he didn't put the maximum pressure, it's
I
still
was
a little
still.
stressful.
I felt like that I could win, but I was going to have to work really hard.
Totally.
That was kind of because it did not feel comfortable to me.
Bishop F3 and takes was best.
You had to get rid of that asshole.
Right. That knight was like super powerful.
Hated him.
It doesn't like the check that much. But it makes sense to me. It's the third best move. It's not that bad, but it does give away like it's just a pawn more with rook a d1.
All right.
I don't know. I would probably like do neither of those moves. I think I would attack the pawn. That is the second move, rook a c1. Yeah.
So wait, it didn't like.
I like that.
What was my move? Wait.
Checked him.
Oh, you're saying okay.
Which looks okay too. It doesn't really help you push your pawn because it's still in the way, though.
Well, it seems like I lose my advantage when I do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I was suggesting a different move. The engine wants this. I would play here, which is the second move. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe, I might play there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my dad. He says I'm dumb. Great song by Nirvana. Yeah. Check.
It's fine. I saw your text, but we're already streaming. It's fine. I don't.
Yeah, it's no problem.
I don't think I have to even.
We still got it working. Yeah.
I'm just looking at your channel from my channel, but it doesn't matter. Everything's fine.
It still needs you to play this idea. It says you have to do that to be better. Now you're even worse or equal because of this boom shakalaka.
Oh,
what if you did this?
Oh, man.
You would have been like, ah! Right? My opponent played queen g3. I'm like, oh no. Like, do I have to resign? Luckily, you don't have to resign. King h1's okay. But you still lose your f pawn.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, yes, Marshall style. That's what I was thinking.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah. Tricky.
It says it's a draw.
He can't cheer because it's its own channel. Right, so he can't put cheers on his own channel.
That's all right.
That's pretty funny.
We don't need any cheers.
Yeah. That makes sense, though. All right, so instead he played a normal move, which is losing. That was actually the only good move. Although even this is only slightly better for you. But every other move is like you're much better winning.
He just said he just didn't even think about Queen E8. He just didn't think about it.
Why? Of course, that's why you played there.
I don't know. He just said he just didn't think about it.
He must have thought you were really stupid then.
I don't know. What is this move? I don't know what he thought he was doing. I thought it was obvious.
Queen h8. No, yeah. He missed the check there. But even still, running the king up is, I don't think, the prescribed method, right? Generally, Why would he do that? Instead of like h6, king h7, and then he could play here. That's the way to get counterplay on the king side. Yeah. Instead, he ran his king up and then did nothing, and then you won handily. I wanted some other move more.
It didn't occur to him that I was going to trade off. I had to trade off. I couldn't do anything. Thank you, Bishop Takes, for all those sensitives.
Oh, he was talking to his mama.
For Ben.
He said.
What?
My dad said that.
Oh.
He was talking to
I
his
see
mama.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. We worked around it and it didn't turn out to be a thing.
What a mama's boy. There.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing. We thought we needed you, but then it turned out we didn't.
I like this idea. F4, F5. That's how you do it. It says mate in 6, so resign is not ridiculous, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you played a really good game, I thought.
Yeah.
mean, okay, you made some mistakes when it was not entirely clear, but that's okay. You didn't do anything ridiculous, and
Yeah.
you played a lot of good ideas too. I thought.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah, and I definitely learned from that analysis. So thank you. Ben, you're not needed. Well, he knows what we mean. All right, so now let's maybe we can look at one of your games.
Yeah, my second round,
so
which was my first round.
For those joining us late, we're looking at, as the title of the stream says, our games from the Over the Board tournament at the Chess Center today. A G60, D5. That was my game from round 1. Spencer had a bye round 1, and so now we're into round 2, and he's going to go over his game from round 2, and then we'll do mine from round 2.
Yeah, I gotta change the names, I guess. White was Matthew Zhang with only one T. And then I had black.
I do need him, Pam. That's true.
And we should flip it, right? So we have our hero side. I'm the hero. How do we flip it? This.
Yeah, their icons are, to me,
yeah, because they're hidden.
Better. Yeah,
they're hidden,
I know.
Yeah.
It's strange.
You have to already know
just
they're
know
there.
about it. Hey, are we fuzzy, or is that just my imagination?
Just my imagination.
Is the camera focused?
Oh.
Hey, I might go to karaoke. No, Ben's not sick. He's participating on the stream right now. He's coming back from Michigan tonight, and he didn't want to give up his chess TV time, so we took it.
I forgot he took it tonight.
You can't waste chess TV time.
Because taking it tonight is so ridiculous, of course.
Let me pay attention, because it's going to be a complicated game, and I need
to see it
twice.
Well, I'll just put in the moves first.
I know, but I'm going to watch it. This is like my first run through, and then, believe me, I need to see it.
You have to admit, I did pretty well in the center.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. It looks so pretty.
Yeah. I was just hoping he'd resign here. You know? Just have this position for eternity. Then he on purpose did this, which I thought was crazy. But whatever. Maybe it's not that bad. He didn't have to do that. He could have just not made this long trade. So now I've got some initiative, but I sort of spoil it. I don't know how. I'm trying to go in here, you know? And I thought that was good. Because I'm just trying to go here again, so he stops it. But then he didn't play rook a d1 and move his rook up and pin me when my queen was here. So I moved it back to... And then he played here to stop knight c3, so now his rook is less active. Got him. Here. There. He did this, which is ridiculous. I can't believe I was not winning later. Really. Somehow I should just be totally winning here, but I don't know what I did. Here. Then I did this. He's got to go here, and I just took the pawn. If I trap his bishop, he forks me. So I couldn't do that, unfortunately. Or maybe I could. I played here. And he forked me, but I saw we could do like this. Then this. Then I blundered in a moment here. I played this. I saw he could take this, of course. But then I deflect his rook. But then he could go here, which I missed.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and then after G takes, rook takes, that's just a dead draw. I'm up a pawn, but I have all doubled isolated pawns. But instead he played this, he missed it too. I was like, oh no, and then he missed it. I was like, oh, thank God I can win. Even this is probably a draw, but I knew I'd win here. I mean, come on. Up a pawn, he's a kid. He's not going to defend this. He defended it terribly. No offense.
Yeah, I would expect him to.
Then he went back here. But he realized if he does this to try to and then take this, that I'll never win. I'll always go here and win. So he has to just keep his king back. This is not great. He shouldn't help me get a pass pawn. I didn't even have to trade pawns to make a pass pawn. Then somehow my rook jumped over here. And then his rook is passive. How did that happen? Got him. Certainly I'm winning now. He shouldn't take, I don't think, either. And this loses by force, because I can go here and win by force now. Now he should play rook h2 to stop mate. Instead he traded into the king. He actually thought he was drawing here, I think. but this loses. And resigns.
Yeah.
It's like an end to a puzzle rush where it's like that. It's always like that when you have the rook pawn and you have to put the king there.
Wait, I'm sorry. And who was that again?
Matthew.
Oh, that was Matthew. That's right.
Yeah. C4
Cool.
is double question
That's a good
mark.
game.
Is that true? Maybe.
I have to rest my brain for 1 second.
All right. Yeah, we can take a little break there.
So what are people doing? If only he had one more tempo.
Ford makes tempos.
Do they?
This is double question mark? Maybe. Triple question mark, actually. Yeah.
Let's see what people are saying. Hey, Ivy Star. Who else is here? Everybody. The usual suspects. The Ocean Motion and Nine Naheen. You guys should make your names easier to say.
I agree. Like Spenson's like.
It's hard if I can't read it to remember it. All right, I'm not going to scroll back
All right,
up.
too many, right? Too many to the elusive triple question mark. All right, let's see. Probably the engine won't like a lot of the game. I think that somehow I should have just been totally winning, but I was like maybe barely winning. And then I let him play rook h6 there. But even then, I should have been more winning. Knight takes is crazy. See, like it's already like plus 0.8. I mean, knight takes is crazy. Why would you ever do that? Just let me go here?
Yeah, that is pretty weird.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. I was shocked he played knight takes. He did it quickly, too. Like,
and then he just went back.
I mean, what is it? Well, that's probably best, and what else is he going to do?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It wants him to play c4 here, even though I played this specifically to stop c4, because then it's a free pawn. Then it plays knight g5. Okay, yeah, I could see that, yeah. Yeah. That's tough. Okay, so bishop e6 was imprecise. I don't know. If this was like me analyzing my own game, I would just let the engine think here, because it keeps changing its mind, and it's not clear what to do exactly for black. I wanted to stop him from playing c4, which is why I did this. I figured if he ever went here, I would move my bishop, and then he'd go here, and then back. Then he wasted more time than I did. He wasted 2 moves to do nothing, and I only wasted 1 move. I played bishop e6 to f5, that only wastes 1 move. Got him. Got him.
That's true.
So I didn't care about that, and I wanted to stop c4, so that's why I played bishop e6, but it might not be best. It plays bishop d6, c4, and then takes, and then knight c3, which I wouldn't consider him to play in that position, but maybe. Why not just take back? Yeah, I should be a little better, but I thought if I allow this, it's kind of boring. It's totally symmetrical. Right, that's what I'm saying, NJ Crispy. Am I trying to mock Ben? I am. Oh, wait, no, I wasn't. Anyway, so here, he didn't play c4 yet. Now I'm back in a bigger advantage, but I should always be a little better. It wants him to play c4. It says that's best. d4 is okay. So far, we played okay. Right, and now I'm like almost winning. This was crazy. He's actually fine here with bishop d3, the normal move. But black's maybe a little better. I think it's probably okay, though. But his bishop's like not well placed here. He'd rather have gone here, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, definitely, right? Because then he could go with knight here. But, well, anyways, it's pretty close to even, it looks like. It's getting closer to even the more the engine thinks about it. I think that's fair. But I'm very comfortable with black. And I'm happy to have a position like this against a lower rated player. I can try to win, And the computer says it's equal. So that's nice. And new jokes, yeah. I do have different jokes. It's like Yogi Berra's son. He said we have different similarities.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's what it's like. All right, so then I did this, and now black's like winning. This is all fine. Oh, it actually wanted queen b6. That's about the same, yeah. Queen c5. I thought about that, but why would I move randomly instead of with check, right?
Yeah.
What's the benefit? I couldn't see. This is best. That's good, because this was a tough decision for me. I had a lot of tempting moves.
Yeah.
Like this. And that looks pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it still said bishop g4 is best. And then knight e4 is best. Alright, so I played this part better than I thought. I thought the engine might not like that. Now this is winning. It's like 2.5. Dang it. Queen f6 actually is the second best move. It's almost as good. It's almost as good. Queen f6 is a good move. Alright, it's good enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
h5 also the second best move. Yeah, my advantage is whittling away because I didn't play the precise move there. Rook e6 again. It wants me to... I didn't think about that. That's a good idea, you know? Going to either of these files is nice.
Yeah.
I probably should have done that. Yeah. Always retreat. Yeah. Always retreat. Hey, thanks for the sub. Xanianthra. Okay, that wasn't probably what it is. But
That sounds right.
I
Xanianthra.
did the best I could.
Love the new younger Ben. Who would have guessed that pink hair dye had such rejuvenation?
Okay, but it's actually fuchsia. Just for the record. Half the time people say it's pink, and half the time they say it's purple. So I have to say it's fuchsia, you know.
I mean, I think it's hot pink.
Well, the bottle says feisty fuchsia.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you gonna argue with the bottle?
No.
Yeah. Well, h5 I played to make Luft and protect my bishop and go there. So I thought it was a good move. Maybe. It's okay. You know, it's not best, though. I do enjoy my Belgian beer. So this is wrong, and I should take here. No, I thought that didn't work in this position. He could just take this. Why is that good for me? It says I'm winning there. It says I have to do that to be winning. I don't understand it, though. I trade here? I mean, what do I do if I take here and he takes that knight? How could I possibly do anything that's good?
You could take it.
I could sack the exchange,
Take on
right?
e4.
With the bishop?
Yeah.
Because okay, but then rook takes.
I'm just saying.
Wait, but that just trades everything. That's not plus
I know.
2.5. Right?
No, I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
equal
It's
material.
weird. I'm not sure why it's so hype up. On
Yeah.
that.
Bishop takes, bishop takes. Maybe it's sack the exchange, and then queen here. Oh, that's it, right? That's it. It's rook takes e4 and queen g6. I didn't see that. Oh, queen g6. Oh, the close.
I don't see it. I don't understand what it
Yeah.
is.
Okay, so here it is. Here's what it is. Here
Okay.
he has to actually play rook takes, but you don't do this because you sack the exchange, and then if they take back, here threatens mate and this double attack. I know, but there's rook e8 check.
Yeah.
So actually, it is queen g5. That's why queen g5. Aha. That's why queen g5, yes. And now if you take this and he takes back, this rook is also hanging. Okay, but that's...
yeah.
I'm not going to spot that during the game. Well, okay, this I wouldn't have seen this, so I could have played it. But even this is not winning, of course. You know, this isn't winning. This is just black's a little better.
Right.
So this is the only way to win, is queen g5, double exclam. Obvious to the chat, of course.
Well, yeah, that's nice, but
Yeah.
hard to find that.
Yeah, no way. Dang it. So I was winning tactically there. Instead I played knight c5. That was tough, yeah. Well, okay, that's a tough mistake, especially for game 60, so I'm not too upset about that. This move's just losing. Terrible. He has to go here to not be worse. Yeah. I didn't really expect that move. Should be better here, right? The computer says it's equal, so it's probably okay then.
Yeah, I hope they're doing okay out there.
There's like 6 employees. Come on. Yeah.
All right.
Can I beat Ben? I mean, I can, but he's the favorite. Why is my hair pink? It's fuchsia. Yeah, he's got to try here. Then I did this. This is right. And he did that. That's the only move that makes sense. This is best. This gave away all of my advantage, almost. I go from +6 to plus less than 1. He wants me to back it up. I mean, I thought about that, but he'll just go here. So I didn't really think that was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
No, he can't because the rook is hanging. That's an obvious. Yeah, that's obvious.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that the rook's hanging now.
The same. What's that same rook? That's
hanging. Yeah, queen g5 is a key move. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's great.
I didn't notice during the game that it was just hanging, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuchsia
Dang
with
it.
a black dot.
Oh no, it's. I mean, obviously my roots are wherever you see my roots there. Yeah. Yeah, he's now 2 people. So that was a bad calculation. I shouldn't have just bailed out to an extra pawn. Now it's just a draw, although I'm still a little better here. He could have done better, but whatever. It should still be a draw. It's not a big deal. This is best. That allows him to draw. Rook h6, see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? Rook h6, dead draw.
Yeah.
Yeah. His move, I'm still better. Slightly better, yeah. I missed that. Obviously, I just want to move my rook away.
Right.
See, I saw he could do that. That's why I didn't play it here. Because then he'll take it. So I waited for this. So that now I can do that. But then, if he takes, I take here now.
Right.
So, but then he could have done this. I only saw this.
He could have escaped.
Right, and I only saw this after I played b6. When I played b6, I'm like, oh my god, he has rook
I
h6.
hate that when you're just waiting to see if they see it.
And then I was like, thank god he played here. He picked up his rook. I'm like, no. And then he played here. I was like, oh, thank god. Yes, I could still play now.
I know. It's like, oh shit, do they see? You're trying to. You don't want to look away from that part of the board too much, but you can't look at it too much. You have.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's tough. That was tough. So now I'm a pawn up. The engine says equal. Obviously, black's a little better. He's got to play very precisely to defend. Actually, after the only move's rook f4. Otherwise, I'm 0.7. Like after his move, it's 0.8 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, king f3 was best. g4 is bad. See, it's... Well, the evaluation only went up a little. But you shouldn't give me a pass pawn.
Yeah.
h4 is best. Now I'm winning with this move. I'm +2 now is winning. Oh, taking draws. I thought that was a losing king and pawn endgame. He quickly played this. How could that draw?
So he was supposed to take the rook?
Yeah. Rook h4, g4? What?
What is he talking?
So here,
G4.
I saw this. And then I'll play a4, a3, f6, king moves, f5, and wins. That was my analysis. But I guess f5 doesn't win. Has to go backwards. Doesn't matter. This draws was the problem with my analysis. Yeah, I guess, right? Because if I go here, I can't make any progress. He just does this.
Right.
I can't even move forward. So I could try this. He's got to take it. Then I could hope for this and that. But obviously he'll go here. If I go here, I lose. Or this loses. But I can go running over here. I guess anything that doesn't queen with check. And then draw. Dang it. I just assumed I'd win there with f6, f5. But it's not a win, unfortunately.
Yeah, endgames are so complicated.
Yeah.
I gotta have another sip on that.
Yeah, that was tough.
Wow.
I'd win anyway with queen against queen, probably, yeah. Yeah, I saw that, but I just assumed it was winning. That wasn't great calculation by me. But he checked, which I would say generally that's what I expected. I just thought that the other way would lose. It's pretty rare the pawn down endgames draw. Yeah, so I did blow it there. Then computer didn't say G4, but then when I played it, now it likes it. It didn't want me to play G4, but now it knows. Yeah, he's got to play Rook H2. That's the only hope. Rook H2, it says -4, but this is -61.
So a pawn down endgame usually loses?
Yeah,
Okay.
like a king and pawn endgame, yeah. As long as you have, as long as you have more than one pawn. Like, if it's king, like, if we didn't have these pawns, it's a draw.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He goes here, it's a textbook draw.
Yeah.
So, but if you have more than one pawn, you can almost always win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for me to know what's typical because I don't always play the game correct.
Right.
So that's why I'm asking.
Oh, the only winning move's king b2.
Yeah, I would think that would be the move.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, even I could find that move.
Right, like every time it's the puzzle rush, it's you have to go here. It makes you go all the way down here.
Yeah.
So it must be.
You can't let him in.
Got him. But it was a good time to resign then.
Mm-hmm.
When he made me play the last only move.
Yeah.
Good game. Yeah, so I messed it up a little. I messed it up a couple times. One time it was way too difficult. That's okay. Mm-hmm. Another time I should have seen that the c1 rook was hanging. You know, so he couldn't play bishop e4. That's the move I was afraid of, and it was just not legal. And then the king and pawn endgame one. That one is like tough. If it was a longer time control, I'd be more upset that I didn't see that. But I already had less than 10 minutes at that point, so
yeah,
you have to make some assumptions.
Yes.
You know, at that point.
Definitely.
Did anyone tie with me and Kitten? I mean, I assume that there were several people with 2, so I assume somebody won. They couldn't have all been draws. Mm-hmm. How did Archer do last round? I have no idea.
I don't even know. I think he won, but I don't know because I was in here. I have no idea.
His game actually finished before mine, even though my game was only 20 moves.
Well, I don't know what happened, but
yeah.
I need to give him some money for dinner.
Yeah. All right. How about another game of yours?
Okay, so round 2.
Yeah.
Let's
Fight.
see. It says round 2.
Okay. You played old Timmy.
Timmy.
It's with IE at the end, even?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's almost as weird as Matthew with 1 T.
Well, I think it might be Timothy, but he goes. I asked him today, to make sure, and he does like to be called Timmy.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat, finds your lost remote. All right. Except it was E4.
What did I put?
No, that was right. It was I just clicked it.
No.
French.
I'm sure that some of it's going to be wrong. But yeah, my writing's bad. Sorry. Yeah, you just do that, and I'll just look at the chat for a second. Spencer, can you please show some more contempt for the viewers? I need to get my semi-daily fix now that Ben isn't here.
You guys are all terrible, and I hate you. I think I did a pretty good job. Probably rookie 1, right? Perfect, yes. Thank you. Back it up. Turn around, back it up.
I'm so tired. You guys have no idea. I got up early. I came and I did work at the chess club. Then I played
3 tournament games.
3. I had to count for a minute. 3. And then I cleaned up, did more, got ready for the stream. I ran home, took care of the dogs. It was a busy day. Oh, it's 2 a.m. there, Kangaroo. What has Ben saying? Don't worry so much. I still dislike almost all the viewers.
This move was not good. Oh no, the battery's running low.
Oh no.
I don't know where it is.
I'll do it.
You got it.
You just keep going.
All right, I'll keep putting in the moves.
And then I've got it under control.
Yeah, baby, she's got it under control.
Misty texted me last night and said, "What's going on? I dropped into Chaplin's and you're not here."
Mm-hmm.
Like she dropped in. She told me she wasn't going and I was tired.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Sorry, I don't go every..."
She thought you lived there, I guess.
I guess so. That's twice last week. She went Wednesday night. I went in. Tired. Darn, how do I think I did it.
You did it.
I did it.
Yoisima, we did it. Gotta get the Dora references in.
After this game, I'm gonna go check on Archer, make sure he doesn't want any food. He's probably doing some video games.
Oh, tactic. Oh, I thought it was this, but you did even better. Nice.
Oh, I can't even remember. We'll see. I mean, I see it now. I do. No, I do.
You don't remember doing this?
I do. Of course I do.
Okay.
I'm just saying for a minute.
That'd be crazy. Didn't remember roasting the kid?
I remember.
Come on, gotta roast him.
A sweet youngster. Isn't Archer at MIT? No, Holden is at MIT. I have 2 kids, and my oldest, Holden, is at MIT and having a blast. He's never had so much fun his whole life.
What's so funny? Not telling?
I was sure. I'm gonna scroll up.
Okay.
Right here.
All right. Now here, how about Maiden 2?
All right, let me see. What now?
Maiden 2.
Maiden 2. I think you got King F4. Wait.
Well, then King H5.
Oh. So I guess I don't know. Rook H2. I don't know about.
You got to make him go into opposition. Make him go there.
Okay, so how do I do that? Oh, you could just go. No, but then he goes there.
So he could go. These are his legal moves, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So then don't let him go there.
Okay.
Then he has to go there by the laws of physics.
All right. Well, then I guess you have to go Rook A5.
Yeah. This is a typical Maiden 2.
Well,
with the king and rook.
Oh.
Like that, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about it.
Well, now you do. Just teaching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But promoting to a queen also was good enough. Really. Sort of weird he didn't resign. You know? I mean, I know the kids don't resign, but...
You know.
At some point you have to think that it's... When you played...
I'm sorry I'm so bad on, with chess people, but I think a lot of you are probably not any good as well. And so maybe me being bad might make you feel a little bit better. That's all I can say.
Well, your technique up a rook is hardly important. So here he played it like it was going to be a Korchnoi gambit, right? Mm-hmm. But then he didn't play c3 and bishop d3. He played this, which is probably just terrible. I don't know, but it seems bad.
Yeah, I didn't know it, so I just went into it while I had the chance.
So this is not that bad. It should equalize. All right. It's suggesting all of these moves. Mm-hmm. So probably doesn't matter too much, huh? And then he took with the queen, which is ridiculous, frankly.
I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah, frankly ridiculous. What is he, a small child?
I mean, I don't know what happened.
He is a small child.
But I know, but his rating is similar to mine. I don't know what... He usually plays better than this.
All right, so here it's the... I was wondering if you could take it, but it seems like it wants to take it with either knight.
Oh, I thought there was a tactic. Let me see what I thought.
Some check. Because that'll never be a problem, right?
I don't know.
You can always block.
I don't know what I thought. I thought there was a tactic there that I was concerned about.
I do love Georgia. Of all the places I've lived, this is my favorite place that I've lived, for
yay.
sure. No doubt
Georgia's
about it.
not bad at all.
St. Louis is the worst. And I just went from the worst to the best. All the other places I've ever lived are just somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, Georgia's not so bad. I like it that it's not so cold. I mean, it gets colder than I like, but it's, not super cold.
All right, so missed opportunity, but it's okay. Now, typical French move here, right? You know about G5? Typical French move. It's actually kind of the only move here. Like,
no,
G5 you're a little
I don't know
worse.
about it at all.
Yeah, because their knight is protecting it, so you attack the center this way.
Okay.
G5 is a very common French move.
I don't even know about it, so let's...
I can even show you a theoretical position where they do it. That I've done it. I've had this position. I had black in a French. It was also knight d2, by the way. I played this. Then, let me see. I need the opening explorer to help me here. Give me a second. He did...
Not state, but country.
This? Yeah, this was it. Oh, but the country, Georgia. I don't know. I've never lived there.
Well, you said, do you guys love Georgia?
And we live in Georgia.
I mean...
So that's the one we thought. Yeah.
I think that it has to be the one.
Here it is. See, look at the most common
one, that's
move.
Ridiculous. It has to be. But anyway, what
The most
now?
common move?
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
G5. Yeah.
Well,
crazy,
okay,
right?
can we go?
I've played this
Well,
position.
show me what happens. Okay, so...
Wants to go here because your pawn, it wants to attack the pawns.
Okay, so if you go there... Okay, I guess they can't take it with the knight. Okay, so what is their next move?
It opens up the center because you played a crazy move. That's the normal thing to do, open up the center.
They would do something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then here... And then this is the main line because you won the pawn, see? Now you've got a lot of center pawns.
Yeah.
Hooray. And they're not crushing you on the king side like always. But you did this, so good luck castling.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that. So you just move your king,
Well, sometimes you don't castle in the French.
That's true. I've had many
true.
times. And as you've pointed out, I'm a late castler. I really don't even like to castle, so I don't mind that part of it.
Isn't that bad weakening your king side? I mean, that is the downside. It's a double-edged move. Your opponent has no center pawns anymore. So that's bad for white. But yes, this is also bad for black. So it is a double-edged move. Castling, generally, if nothing happens, black's just a little worse, though, right? Black has less space. So you have to, create play by doing some breaks.
Okay.
There are also other moves, like going aggressive on the queen side.
Okay.
With a5. But yeah, everybody plays g5. That's what I did. I lost to Gopal. He's stronger than me though, so it's okay.
Cool. Okay, maybe I'll try.
Not too cool.
No, not yours. I mean the g5.
Yeah. G5's a pretty typical idea. And one person who used to play the French a lot, Morozovich, he'd try to play g5 all the time.
Okay.
Morozovich loved to play g5 in the French.
That's funny.
All right, wait, so what's happened here? He just let you win the pawn? Maybe he thought he was pinning you, but he didn't see his own queen was hanging. Also, what if he does this and then that? That's good for you? I mean, I guess worst comes to worst, you just move your knight. I don't know, let's see what the engine says. Rook AC1, it's about equal. Yeah, that's what I thought. That didn't seem that great for you. But this is still best. So it's actually okay what he did. Although he could have protected his pawn and been much better. Protecting your pawn is better than hanging it, generally. But, I think that he thought he was going to get you, but then he realized, my queen's hanging. But this is still the best move. Because after takes, your knight's hanging and you can't, take something and run away,
Right.
You just have to play a move and then the game is complicated then. But actually, oh no, it does like to take now. It says this is best now. So the position's very complicated for the computer even. It changes its mind. That's fair. Now it wants rook c1, but he went here. Now you're even a little better. Had a pretty solid move. Okay, so it's like hovering around equal. Maybe you're a little better now. I actually wanted b6. Why is b6 so good? I do like that b6 kills the knight.
Yeah.
Which is pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Also, maybe that, right? That's a good idea. Because even doing this is kind of annoying. Also, what is rook d4 about? Like, wouldn't he put a knight here? Shouldn't put your rook there. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was strange.
Yeah, I mean, none of the moves that he plays, like, really make sense. You know?
Yeah.
Whether they're wrong or not, you know, maybe a little bit, but whatevs. Yeah, now this move's bad because knight e4 is too strong. Now he should give up the exchange, which is what he did. Yeah, this is a bad move. He put his queen in a vulnerable square. He didn't expect you to do anything. He wanted to do this, I think.
Right.
And then this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's trying to get you, but he didn't pay attention to his own house. And then he sort of did realize, I think. But yeah, now you've got everything under control. You're just winning. Also, this isn't a great move.
Couldn't I have taken the rook there?
Oh, yeah, you could have taken the rook. I didn't notice that.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, that's why he moved it. So it actually didn't matter. He had everything hanging.
Oh, shit.
But whatever. You're still winning now.
I didn't
You're
even
rook
see
up
that
for
in
nothing.
the game.
Yeah. I mean, the guy hangs all his pieces. It's tough to see them all, I guess. You know? Not trying to insult children, but come on. Hang all your pieces. Then you won, I guess, pretty without conflict, it seemed. Yeah, this is good. That seemed nice. Best. Your move is better than queen c1. That's best. Yeah.
Just get rid of that.
Yeah, no, it's dead lost.
That jackass.
All right. Now, the fastest mate is like that.
Yeah.
And then that. And then that. And then that. Yeah. But anyways, he like traded queens, which is not a great try. He should try to like get stalemated somehow, you know? That's what you gotta try to do. So like this. Come on. Why don't people do stuff like this?
Yeah,
Right? That's you gotta do that. Now after here it's not looking too great, but you know. Trying my best. Doing the best I can.
That's funny.
Yeah. Good game. Couldn't her opponent have taken the bishop on f6 LMAO? You mean after g6? I think?
Obviously not a perfect game.
No, it's protected, actually. So, no, yeah. No, yeah, queen h4, I had that defended, Franny Frank, with my queen sacrifice, queen b2 sacrifice. Yeah, so then I would have beat Franny Frank. I knew it. You know? All right, good game.
Yeah, good game. Hey, I'm gonna just check on
Archer,
Archer
yeah,
real quick because
totally.
I need to give him some money and make sure.
All
it
right,
gets
I'll put in the next game, but I won't analyze it.
So just real quick for people that are joining this stream late or wondering what we're doing, we're going over our games from the tournament today at the Chess Center, in Chesson's Classic Center of Atlanta, and we're about to do, I guess, round
2?
2.
No, 3. Wait,
3.
no, 2 for you. 2. It's your second round. Is next.
Well, I just did round 2.
Oh, that was your round 2, right? So then I'm on my round 3.
That's right.
That's
okay.
right. Yeah,
Okay,
round
so
3.
Start that, and then I'll
All right.
return. I'm just gonna check on Archer,
Alrighty.
and we'll keep going. I think people are still here for the tournament.
Yeah, I mean my game ended pretty early. My third game.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna venture out into the wild and give Archer money. Make sure everything's going well.
Thank you, Paul Drinkwater. He said I'm his third favorite human. After his family. No, my dad is actually not in the States, so he won't be coming in to continue streaming. He's in a different state.
He is not coming in. That's true. We didn't want to waste the chess TV time. So
Right.
We didn't try to trick anybody. I said.
Right. I mean, we succeeded in tricking them, but we didn't try to.
All right. Let's see.
What's crazy is I play this opening with black, but I had white in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Darn. I hate to go out here, so I'm gonna have to get way late like customers.
Good luck out there.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
What time is it?
8:03.
There can't be anybody here, but
Right. I think you can go here. I sort of missed that during the game because I thought I could take this hitting his rook, but he can trade rooks and then take this hitting my rook, so that it's not like I get a tempo there. But he quickly played here, and I was like, that's lucky. Yeah, game 60 is tough. You miss stuff like that all the time. At least I do. What did I do here? This was... I hope that was the best move. I think it was. Because I had a lot of good moves there, I thought. But I think that one was the best, because I got to kill this knight. I'm winning on the queen side now. Of course. Then I calculated a lot here before I played knight c4. I thought for like a long time. But I had to make sure I could do this. And then there's nothing he could do, because my queen guards this. So if he checks me, I just block it. And he can't take on f2. He went here. And he did this. And then he resigned because I'm protecting f4, so he can't even check me. And I took all his pieces. Got him. What do I like outside of chess? I really like video games. I play a lot of video games. That's why I've got a tattoo of a sword from Xenoblade.
Hey, I wanted to get another beer too.
Oh, yeah? Do you want me to get the beers? Because I'm almost done with beer.
Yeah. Yeah, because mine is and then I gave Archer money. Yeah, you could go walk around for a second. Did you get it set up? Or
Yeah, I got the game ready.
Alright.
I think I crushed him, but I missed one thing, I think. Unless the computer says it's okay.
Wait, and who was this opponent?
Xavier
Oh, I don't think
Bruni. He beat Andrew Zhang in round 1.
He's played here before, just
Yeah, I beat him in the last round of the last game 60. It was a really tough game. We were the last game to finish. And I squeezed it right at the end with black. It was tough.
Alright, well, I'll just hang out for a second.
I didn't play Xenoblade 2 criticals. I only played Xenoblade 1.
Hey, can you bring me one more? And that's going to be
So
the end. Okay, thank you. I thought you were. Alright, so everybody, we're just hanging out for a second. Spencer has gone to get another beer. And the tournament just ended. And we're showing games from the tournament, as we said. And I just went out there for a second to make sure Archer, my son, had food for dinner. Because I didn't want him, foraging. And anyway, I took care of that. And so we're just hanging out. You're getting a beer too, P. Schneider? Hey, Paul Drinkwater. How's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. We have 2 dogs, Tim Malice. Spencer, are you streaming tomorrow?
Yeah, totally.
Yes, Spencer's
Totally.
streaming tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll stream tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
Unless, I get interrupted. That's the plan.
Why isn't your beard also fuchsia?
Well, I have dyed my beard before, but it's kind of tough because it smells really bad. And if you put it all near your mouth and nose, it's kind of gross. So, I mean, I have done that, and toughed it out, but, it's tough. Isaiah,
he's alive. I drink almost only beer. I do not drink hard liquors.
Yeah.
That astounds him. Why does that astound you? Jew Pelson, you've had 25 beers today. That is way too much beer. Ben will probably stream tomorrow. Not sure about it. It feels like it's just too bright.
Yeah?
I wonder, it's because it's
Why don't
from
you
the
adjust
monitors.
it then?
Yeah, I think I will.
Love adjusting it. So. You have to say Jadoob every time. Hey, it's Carl with C. Good to see you, Carl with C.
How about that?
Oh, a little mood lighting. I like it.
Is it too dark?
It's all right. I mean, I can see, so you know.
I'm gonna go back up.
And it looks all right, you know, on the screen.
It'll be too dark. Oh yeah, it's not dark. I think it's still too bright. It doesn't matter that much. Nobody cares. All right, back to this.
All right, so I had white. Like I said, I usually play this with black.
Mm-hmm.
I only recently started playing the Rui Lopez. Remember I told you about that?
Yeah, yeah.
But I did beat Andrew Zhang the other time, so I was pretty confident. It was only my second game with the Rui Lopez. So most people play A4 even earlier than C3, D4, but it can just transpose after Rook B8. I think Bishop B7 loses by force, actually. You have to play Rook B8. Although some people do play Bishop B7, but I think it loses. Anyways, here.
Wait, why do you think that loses?
I'd have to go through a long variation.
It's so complicated.
Yeah. And I sort of forgot because I just play Rook B8 now, so I don't care about Bishop B7 anymore.
Yeah, already figured.
Yeah, I mean, I thought maybe it doesn't lose, but it's bad. So, by the way, the point of this move is if he ever goes here, I can hit his queen with that, so it doesn't really help black to do that. This was still my prep, actually. The line I have is Rook E8, Rook E1. That was all I remembered. I have more, but I forgot. 12 moves is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. If he took, I didn't know that, so even though it's obvious I should take, I still thought about it for a while, you know. Okay, yeah, here I wanted to see if I'm already better. Just a little bit. Rook E8 here is the move. For sure. Most common move and the engine move. I already knew that. So this one is maybe a little bit inaccurate, but barely. It's only a little bit better for white. Then he played here, so he's targeting my pawn. But not really, because if he ever takes this, I've got the fork at the end. That's going to attack everything.
Oh, yeah.
That's why my pawn wasn't hanging earlier, by the way. Like, here he can't take because I got this. As somebody, I play this with black all the time, so I don't let people do that to me.
Okay, man. That's hard. Nice.
A4 is best. Oh, no, maybe not. Wait, Bishop B7's good? I thought Bishop B7 was, like, losing. Engine changes its opinion a lot. Knight B4. What? Knight B4 is the only move to not be worse, according to the engine. Here, I just thought this was terrible, you know. Don't you think that looks pretty bad? But I will admit my pawn is hanging. I have to admit that. I would play this move. Totally. Well, that's pretty solid, you know. That's pretty solid. Yeah, this is better than I thought it was for black. I can't even go here because of this. So, and also my pawn is loose. Oh, now it says white's much better. Look, it changed its mind again. No, this is a very difficult position strategically. Like, this is a really good move, right? Then I can go in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, the computer is even having a hard time with it. I thought this was, like, just good for white, and he's like, yeah. It does indeed look bad. That's what I thought. When will I be an FM in my dreams? Here, that's okay. That's fine. That's best. Now I'm doing great. This is best, Bishop C2. Now, yeah, Queen B3. Oh. So I was trying to decide between these two moves. They both looked pretty good. I thought maybe I want my queen in the center, or on the king side, I mean, or in the center to attack here, which is what I did in the game. But I should have played this because Bishop D3 has a flaw, I think. It's this, and it's not saying Bishop D3, so I think it's going to be Queen E5. Yeah, see? Queen E5 is a flaw. I thought I could take here and attack this, but if he trades rooks, right, then he takes here. He's attacking my rook, so who cares if I'm attacking his rook? And then if I take his rook, he takes my guy with check even, so I'm not going to do anything crazy after that. I'm in check. I have to play king h2 or knight f1 or whatever. So, yeah, this is a huge flaw, Queen e5 in my play. He definitely should have done that. Hey, chess coach!
Yay. Thank you, chess coach Nick.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Okay, so here, queen e3 is best. That's good. Queen d4 is best. Good maneuver, right? Because look at how good my queen is. None of these guys can attack it. She's just sitting pretty here.
Yeah, she is sitting pretty.
Yeah.
Hey, if you lived closer, chess coach, you could come on over.
Yeah.
We took over Ben's stream temporarily.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. Yeah, I thought here, which the computer does say, and then I will trade it and play knight c5, or knight c4 rather, and also I have rook a7. I'm attacking everything in that position. I thought he would play this, but he quickly played this, and I was like, okay. Bishop b5 is best. I had all these good-looking moves, like queen takes looks good. This move looks pretty good. Even knight here looks good. Like, every move looked good, but bishop b5 is best. I gotta kill this knight.
Mm-hmm.
And leave him with the stupid bishop, right?
Okay,
Can't even move.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Give me that knight.
Give me that knight.
And queen b6 is best, too. I was wondering, should I take this or this? I wasn't sure. Or knight c4. They all look winning.
Mm-hmm.
This is lucky that I just picked one, and it was best. They all look so good. I didn't know. You know, what am I supposed to do? Rook a7's best. Knight c4 is best. Yeah, I was calculating. I calculated a lot here because I had to make sure that queen c8's the best move. I knew he'd play that. Also, if he goes here, I just take it and take. Even though he can check me to get out of the pin, his bishop's trapped. The only square is here, and then I win it with a pin. I noticed this variation. So he can't play queen c7. He has to go queen c8 and try to perpetual check me. But that's not going to work because my queen covers this. So after check g3, he's got no more checks. This is a perpetual that you get a lot. Queen c1 f4 check. I see it. You do it all the time. Your opponents let you do that. I'm like, I'm not going to let him do the Karen perpetual on me. Yeah. And this is best too. No, I crushed it at the end when I was winning. It was all best. Every move was computer number one. That was good. The only mistake was I missed the strength of queen e5, but he didn't play it, so I got everything I wanted. Yeah, that was a pretty clean game. You're relatively for game 60.
Yeah. Very nice.
But yeah, I knew the opening really well because I play with white and black. So I knew a lot of little details he didn't. All right, what about your next game?
Let's see. 3?
Yeah, your last one, I guess, right?
Yeah. And that took a bye as I was saying last round so I could take care of the dogs.
Yeah.
And then stream.
And guarantee the stream, yeah. All right.
So I lost this game. And then, of course, at the end, I quit recording, too, because we were both at 6 minutes, and then it was kind of like 5 and 3 was the balance. Yeah, because he was crushing me. I was just, I had that one mating idea.
I saw it. I saw you working there. Working on that.
That was all I had. That's all I had. I mean, I was losing the whole game. Terrible. But I just kept playing.
That's all you can do.
Thank you, that Chi-Town dude. I'm sorry if we've missed some sounds. I don't know why it's not loud. We have a different setup than when Ben streams. And we're relaxed. You just don't understand. The day was, when you're playing chess all day, it's exhausting. And you just want to relax.
Oh, sorry, I messed this up. Give me a second here. Rewind.
But I'm trying to listen for the noises.
He played d5 first.
Like Katie did.
What? Like Katie did? Is that what you said? Okay. Hey, your opponent knows what he's doing here. Bishop,
that's what I'm saying,
Knight d7, e5. I knew he was playing well.
Yeah.
He played well at the end, I noticed.
The game was really tough.
And he's already better here.
I know. He just crushed me is what he did. I just hung on. I just kept hanging. Hanging.
You need to go to B3 Anonymous.
Hey,
That's what you need to
go. What is the engine right now?
Well, let's put them in with the moves.
Oh, okay.
First,
I agree. And then we'll save the suspense.
Right.
Like a good storyteller.
It's almost my name anyway. it's free, it's for me.
Well, I was going to lose that other pawn, so I was just trying to get something going.
Yikes.
Yeah, that was...
It's not what you want to see. Definitely.
Yeah, I told you this game was horrible. There was nothing I could do. This was a bad game.
Camera don't lie. I do love that lyric.
Well, I did my best.
All right.
Yay. Thank you, NJ Crispy.
Somehow he played bishop c5. No, you played bishop c5 next.
This might have gotten a little messed up. We're just going to be
it's all right.
detectives.
I can figure it out.
Okay, because I was tired and
Somehow
it was
the
crushing
rook
me.
moved to
I had
A1
lost
later.
my all hope in life, and my soul was crushed. And so forgive me if the notation is incorrect. I
And
hear
this is
noises.
right.
That's still NJ Crispy. Thank you. Hey, Tensor Extension.
29 f6.
Did Spencer win his game? Well, this is my game, and I did not win this game.
Oh, Music Crafter says this was they're the opponent. They're Sean. Are you here, Sean? You must be.
What?
You doxed yourself.
Wait, what happened?
Music Crafter. You see, the person said this was my game. XX now.
Oh.
Yeah. See.
Well, then he doesn't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking about how you crushed me.
Yeah. I was talking about how great you played the opening
I was
already.
cursing and talking, about how you crushed me.
I know what happened. It was okay. You played here, then they played Rook A8. What was the move that they played?
Help us out, Music Crafter. I don't know, because let me look. I'm so tired, too. Let's see here.
Okay, 1 bishop E6 H5.
Wait, which part is the last thing you said?
So we're on move 30 is correct here.
Hey.
Oh, Mr. Archer.
Oh, thank you.
Got a lot of drinks now.
Thank you, sweetie.
Karen is from Alabama.
All right, now let me see what's going on here.
Rook A8 was what you played on move 30 with black.
What did I put?
Bishop C5, which is the move you played next move.
Oh,
See?
terrible.
And then you wrote it again.
Man.
Because you were I do this actually. I write my move that I'm gonna play as their move.
Terrible.
I've done
Hey,
that more than once.
go ahead and correct. Wait, where is it?
No, but he played Rook A8 later. Oh, I get it. It was here, and then Rook A1. You wrote Rook A1, and I thought you meant Rook A8. You know, but you played he played Rook A8, then he did play Rook A1. I get it. That all makes sense. Rook A8, then this. We got it. No, we're back on track. That was the only move he did wrong.
Karen, you don't have a Southern accent question.
Mark.
I mean, obviously I do. I'm from Alabama. Oh my gosh, shit.
All right, because of this.
Here comes the judge. Yeah, well, I had
Here
to go back.
comes the judge.
It's like,
Mike Judge.
I was like, I guess I gotta make room so I can block it up. That's all I got. That's all I got in life.
And hold on a minute. King H1, move 37. Then it was. This is my fault actually. My B. Rook E4 is played here. Then after Rook G1, it was King F7. Then it was, this is all correct. Then you have to go back. Then this one. Then he took 2 for 1.
Yeah.
He didn't write down this, and then it was here, though.
It was getting low on
Right,
time,
right.
too, and then I just stopped soon after it.
Yeah, then it was something here. Hold on, it's this, though, so he must have defended that against this, right?
Yeah, because I saw that idea.
Wait, why couldn't you do it here?
I couldn't,
You could have done it. Oh, wait.
because the bishop's
He played
blocking
this,
check.
maybe.
Yeah, because I was waiting on that so I could win the rook, and that could never happen.
No, he said he missed it, and he did do this. And you could have done this and been winning.
I
He says so. I missed bishop h5 check.
Oh, darn. I didn't even see it that way. Because I was looking for, this is so dumb.
Oh, my
goodness. The same idea, bishop b3 check is what I was waiting for. And when you moved your bishop there to block it, it is so dumb because later I did that check later in the game. I just didn't think. I didn't think about that check. It's the same idea. Oh,
you did have it.
I hate.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes. That is a good song for this moment. Oh, man.
Man, I hate chess sometimes. Okay, well, GG Music Crafter. Goddamn.
He said he moved his rook back, and he played rook f1, and then he played here. But the notation is messed up at this point.
It was.
Because then you did check later. Yeah.
I had a mating one idea.
Yeah, he moved his rook back somewhere.
He saw it.
And then here, and then check.
Because I had my bishop.
Right.
Yeah.
His king was. I saw it too. His king was here, and then you had your bishop here, and then you were threatening with the rook mate.
Right.
But then he brought his rook back and defended with rook h8
he did,
at the proper moment.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah. And then it was over then. Yeah.
Darn, it was the same idea.
Yeah. It was the exact same idea.
Side.
Yeah.
I kept waiting on him, and then he moved his bishop there because I had to move the pawn out of the way. I was just like waiting for the moment, and then the pawn moved, and he had his bishop over there.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
So you shouldn't play h3 because you don't need to, simply. Like if he goes here, you would just do that, right?
Yeah.
Then what is he going to do, f6? I don't think you're afraid of that variation where he has to play f6. So you only play h3 if you need to, generally.
So I don't mind that because it just messes up their pawns.
Yeah, I mean, you'll still have to lose the bishop here, but if they have to play f6, that's worth it. You know?
Okay. I do that sometimes. I don't know.
Like if he already had knight c6 protecting the square, then I would play h3.
Okay.
For example. So it's sort of transposed.
I see what you're saying.
But here, when your opponent fianchettos, you shouldn't play bishop d3.
Yeah.
I've probably never told you that. Just kidding. I know that I have, for a fact. Yeah, you got to play bishop e2 here. Yeah, totally. Because the idea for him is to do this, and then you saw that later in the game you moved your knight back on move 11.
That's true, yeah.
So that's one reason. But yeah, your bishop's not very active against this fianchetto position. Just hitting it there. Yeah, never play f6, exactly. Thank you, Hyperion.
Yeah, we think it's fun too. We're glad. Yeah. We're glad you guys think it's fun because I'm having fun.
Yeah,
man, it was a hard day of playing chess and bad chess and a few good moves, mostly bad chess. Yay! Yeah. Thank you, Tisker Tasker. Yay! Thank you for that gift sub.
Yeah, but this is the correct idea to play against the London if you play like in a Grunfeld style, which this is what Black's doing. It's just great for Black to do that. So, yeah, this is not a move I would ever play. I mean, what's even stopping you from going here? You know, the normal move.
That's true.
And queen c2 is not necessarily on a good square.
Yeah, I agree. Should maybe wait.
And this is terrible. Oh, man.
All right.
I should be yelling at you more, but no, awful. I mean, what is even the point? Honestly. Maybe you're afraid of this and the pawn is weak? Yeah. I guess. I mean, I get it. But yeah, I wouldn't do... I mean, his bishop's, like, going to write you a thank you note for that move.
Because then they're going to go knight c4. If I have to go queen d2.
And also the knight here would protect that.
Oh, right? Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, yeah, you just take it, double his pawns up, right? No, yeah, b3 is unnecessary. Engine hates it, even worse than I do. It says you're losing now, where you were only a little worse here. 0.3, 0.4. Now it's 1.6. Computers are pretty harsh for positional mistakes. You know, like I remember 10 years ago, you made a bad positional move. Computer didn't care. But now it's like, whoa, +2.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, very sensitive.
Man, I never been so mad.
Sven? Because of b3? Probably.
Oh.
No. Right.
Probably.
I like this move, although the engine didn't like it. But that's why I wouldn't play queen c2. The engine wanted some harsh punishment here. That's kind of a normal move. Yeah, this is what I want. That's like the third best move. But this is what I would want to do. Let's see what it does. It goes here, then you move your queen. I would probably go like this, but it wants to go here, which I would say is insane, but whatever. It's a computer, so I'll just listen to it. Then it does do this.
Yeah.
Complicated. But obviously bad for you. I mean, this is just terrible. And if you're not going to win material, this is going to be really... Even if you're like win a pawn somehow, this is bad for you. And he'll go here and... Oh, I meant to d8. Or this one and that one. Just be super active. Your queen is a target here.
I know.
Yeah, I wouldn't... Now it doesn't want queen b2 anymore. Now it doesn't want... It wants queen d... Like I said, queen b2 is insane.
So
I would never do that.
Prior to my b3, what was the recommended move?
Probably just knight d2. No, it actually wants to trade or play knight d2. Yeah, go here or trade or both.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't trade just because I don't normally trade for no reason, but you do have less space, so maybe.
Okay.
But I don't know, if you don't trade, what's he going to do? Run away? I mean, I don't think so. He could. He could.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, always d4. It wants d4 even
I don't
here.
always know when to trade. There are times to trade.
Well, what about never? Yeah. That's a good option. No, it is tough to know. That's why I was so proud of myself for finding bishop b5 takes the knight in that game. It wasted 2 tempi to trade away his knight, but I knew his knight was going to be nasty. I can't let him be getting nasty on me. You know? Especially when I'm just winning, like I should win quietly, if possible. You always want to win quietly, right? Just win the game.
I just want to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, no stress, right? So yeah, he should always be playing d4, and then he finally did.
Yeah.
Now, actually, this is lost, and this was like okay.
But who
You have to play this.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking of
That's
that.
a key move. I would still say, I would think this is just losing. The engine says it's not that bad. He's less than half a pawn up. Looks pretty bad. I mean, this is very weak. This is pretty weak. And this isn't great, but it's not the end of the world, because if he tries to do something super fancy, you can actually just take it and get the 2 rooks. If you know, worst case scenario, it's not going to be losing. But so it goes here, which is like not a very... It's like only 0.2. I mean, I would think black is much better here. But whatevs. Okay, so why is e-take so bad? This is how I would play. Yeah, I would play e-takes in the c4. But I guess he has so many good moves. I mean, your queen, you could see your queen was not well placed here. All the opponent's pieces are attacking it.
I know.
You know, that didn't work out. That did not work out. He chose this one, which engine like bishop f5 the most. Then this is losing again. It wants you to go here. That's the only move to not be -3. Your move's actually second best, but it's -3.
Okay.
You have to go here even though it loses the pawn. Because if he takes, like, let's say queen takes. Because, well, if you take this, then there's this. So you would trade queens and then, like you're saying, the rook, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no, knight c3 hits the bishop, so you can't take the pawn.
Mm-hmm.
So what about this? Here, 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 then there or something? Yeah, because this is hanging and then that's a little weak. Yeah, maybe that. It actually plays d3, though. It looks like a pretty strong move. Bishop d1. This is what happened in the game. That looked horrible for you.
Everything about the game was horrible. I was just suffering the whole game. Terrible.
Yeah, this was all best. Obviously, you should take that. This was best, too. That was a good move. That was best. Dang, I hate it when my opponent... All best moves. I hate it when my opponent does that.
Yeah,
Finally, a move that wasn't the number 1, but it's still totally winning. It's like, come on. Yeah, that's a great move. Good enough. Never do that. I like how he hung the pawn and computer says it's okay. Who cares? It's pretty funny. Doesn't even care in the slightest. The evaluation didn't even change by half a pawn. Didn't care at all. Yeah, no, his position's too active here. Now I guess when the notation runs out, it's actually winning for you, huh?
For me?
Yeah, because you had the bishop check. It says it's about equal. Now you're losing, of course, but yeah, this is about equal.
Oh, because of the bishop check. Yeah.
Winning
I thought you meant
rack.
at the very towards the end. No, yeah, I dismissed that. That was so dumb. I hate even reliving that. Darn. I don't know why I didn't look the other way. I don't know why I didn't look.
My dad doesn't like queen c2 and b3 in the London. Yeah, that's usually not right, yeah.
Darn.
But your position was a little bit passive in the opening, so it's kind of tough to find like an active plan.
Yeah.
He's got more space and had in development. I guess if I had white, I would like to go here, like that. But one problem is that if he ever plays d5 and gets a passed pawn, that could be bad. Or d4 even. If you get a passed pawn, that could be bad. Could be. So that's something you have to think about. That's kind of like the pass pawn that I got in my Matthew Shang game.
Yeah.
It wasn't winning for me, but, you have less space. A good game.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we're doing well on time, too.
Yeah. I got one more game, and then you have no more games,
That's right.
This game was short because my opponent played too well, so I just offered him a draw, and he accepted. My position was pretty bad. I think I'm almost losing at the end.
Wait, who?
It's Caden Chow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I told him after the game that he's just much better there, and then he's like, but material's equal. That's what he told me.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, I know material's equal.
He's so high rated to be thinking that way.
Yeah.
Isn't he like 1900 or something?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably close to 2000 now. Rad draw ball, yes. Yeah. Well, I had to offer a draw because I was going to lose. Goddamn.
And Ben says, time for a train.
He would say that. Are the only Sicilian of either of our tournaments. Because you don't play it at all. Why would you ever have one? You don't play E4 either, so.
No.
I don't like you either. There. Right, I hated this. He played B5. That's the best line. There's a famous game Magnus lost to Esipenko. It was this. And then here. And then Esipenko sacked the pawn. This is what I would play. If I was allowed. And then ended up winning.
Thank you, Bishop Takes. Thank you for that tier 1 sub.
But this is just good for white, and B5 is the best move on move 7. I have to play this, I think. It's sort of like an English attack, but I've already played Bishop E2, so it's a little bit worse for white. But I don't think there's another way for me to play. I don't really know. Maybe G4 is wrong. I originally wanted to go here. I thought he wouldn't play D5. I wanted to go here and then there, but then he'll go here. And if I take it, he takes with the D pawn, and his bishop is really good. And I don't have a white square bishop. So this is not acceptable. I can't do this. Then I was like, okay, I guess I'll play G5 then. Because what else can I do? I have to play like this, but now he's equalized at least. I mean, I don't really want this position.
Yeah.
B4 is good, I thought. I don't want to castle anyway. I went this way. Bishop C5 was best, I think. That's what I was expecting. Here at like knight B3, I'm like trying to hold the position now. I couldn't really find a better move. But I'm worse here. I mean, I'm just worse. His bishop's better, his knight's better. My pawn is weak. Makes no sense. You know? Then I offered a draw and he accepted. My position's pretty bad. I better offer a draw. I don't know what the computer will say. I guess at least -1. Maybe even worse. Maybe A4, he gets B5 Karpov style.
Yeah, Timmy offered me a draw.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it was so much worse. Like, yeah. When am I supposed to play A4? Before he plays B5? No, that's Yeah, you could play that here. A4, right. That's a line. Yeah. But okay, like I said, Osipenko play. Like, there's a lot of Super GM games here. There's a lot of Super GM games here. The problem with A4 is knight C6 should equalize, I think. Actually. If I remember. I did look at playing A4, but I think knight C6 equalizes. Now, the knight Orf's too good. I mean, what am I supposed to do? But yeah, you'll see here in the Explorer that bishop E3 is a move of 2,000 games, right? 4,500 with castles. But okay, I play bishop E3 because Osipenko beat Carlsen with it. Most people play bishop E7 like Magnus, see? 1,000 only 98 games with B5. That's why I just hope people don't play it, right? But he did play it. It's the best move. Yeah, bishop F3 maybe. No, I wasn't getting an advantage there. If I remember. I think A3 was the best I could do, but it was still equal. Yeah. And then F3. It actually wants me to castle kingside here. That's the most common move, at least. The engine says my move's best. But I'm already worse, see? It already likes black. That's what I'm talking about. I just can't even play this way because B5's too good, yeah. I just hope people don't play it, but then he played it. And there's nothing I can really do. Maybe bishop F3. I think it equalizes, though. Yeah, it wanted him to play H6. D5's good. Actually, it wants me to play H4 here, which I thought about, of course. And G5. No, the evaluation's lowering. It should just be equal or worse for white. D5's probably best. G5's like the only move. I'm already worse here, look. Now it says it's much worse. Or it's like seriously worse.
Yay, thank you, Curious Chimpanzee, for the 200 centidues.
Nice. Go everyone.
Yay.
Yeah, I have to do this. It said I'm worse until I play this, now it says equal. So Caden and I understand the position better than the computer, of course. Caden would be like, it's equal material. A4 is best. I'm worse again for no reason, even though it said that was best. I thought about knight F5, but I thought he would play knight B6. And protect his bishop. Or knight E5 even, actually. Sorry, yeah, knight E5. Protecting his bishop. The point of knight F5 is that his bishop is loose. If he plays EF, I take it. Right? So he just protects his bishop with his queen with knight E5. I thought.
Yeah.
And then my knight's hanging. Now it says that. Knight F5, knight E5, bishop D4. Oh. Yeah, I would never play that move. I mean, bishop D4 hangs my F-pawn. My F-pawn's hanging. And my knight's hanging, so I just ended the variation. It wants me to go here hanging it. This is hanging too, which I didn't see. But it says black's a little better here. Yeah, this is too complicated. But white is not happy to play G4 and then he got D5. I'm already not happy. F4 is best, it said. Castles is best. And I'm just worse. Knight B3 is best. Look, every other move is losing. Well, okay. It was exaggerating a bit. But it was still best, though.
It was best. It was best.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm worse now. I don't want to do this. Queen B6 is like just trying to get a safe position. Yeah, I'm just more than half a pawn down here when I offer to draw. So I don't know. I mean, obviously the opening didn't go well for me. But I didn't play too badly, it seemed. My opponent just played great. What am I supposed to do? He played like perfect every move. You know?
And I think he hasn't played any over-the-board chess. It's the first time since the pandemic. So a year and a half. But he's probably been playing a lot online.
Yeah, obviously, you know, these kids, they're trying really hard.
He was already 1,800 before the pandemic. Right.
So. He's already over 1,900. Probably he's close to 2,000 after this, yeah. Accepting a draw was his only bad move, yes. Every move was perfect except for that. But it was a pretty well-timed draw offer because in 5 or 6 more moves, it's going to be terrible for me. I was afraid, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if he keeps playing well, and even if I play well myself, it's a bad position. So I have to offer the draw before it's obviously terrible.
Plus, this last round, That does factor into it, in my view.
Totally.
Because everybody's tired.
Maybe if it was round 1, he would have been more excited for the good position, you know?
Yeah.
But now he's ready to tie for first with a master.
Right. Everybody's just
and go home.
wanting to be done. So I was kind of happy I had the bye.
Yeah.
That worked
But, you
out.
know, I worked hard to get my master title, but now my master title works for me. That's how it goes.
Let's see. Ben's night out and he's going crazy. Go hype train. Ben does like the hype trains a lot.
Yeah. Level 1. That's a good place to start. Almost level 2 or 75%.
Yeah. Go hype train.
I am the best player on my chair. That is true.
I still feel like it's so... Hey, you know what we could do over here?
Nothing? Was that right?
Hey, I'm going to do it. Hang on. It's real easy. I'm going to go into dark mode over here for a minute.
I do like that more.
Let's just check it out and see if it's enough light for us. Wait, don't you do it in here? So here it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's so much easier on the eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's way better.
Hey, Combropulus, thanks for 100 bits, even though you're poor.
I don't know if there's... The light's still kind of weird. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to get up and down.
Thank you.
So, well, wait, that was the end of the games.
Yeah. This
All
game
right,
is a little short.
So we have to stream till 9.
We got 15 minutes
Yeah,
left.
so, you know, we got to do something. So
What do you want to do?
I'm just going to sit here for a minute and drink my beer. I don't
Yeah, we could spend a minute doing
feel like
that.
I have to entertain every 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'll entertain. Let me
Yeah, go ahead.
do this. So I can,
I'm tired. It's been
This
a day.
mouse is 100 times faster than this mouse. Look, it's so fast.
I don't know, which mouse are you comparing it to? Oh, that one there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
because that one
This one's slow.
is Ben's.
This one's so slow. It's like I'm pulling it through molasses.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like.
This is the one I use. That's the one I use.
Yeah, that one
I
is
like
way
it,
better.
I like it fast.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's way better. But it does take some adjusting. You have to get used to it.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, when I have a mouse, it has like a button you can change the speed, but I always put it to second highest speed. The highest speed is too much. I'm just like, it's nuts. I can't do it. It's way too many DPI or whatever.
I mean, I guess people that are doing the professional video gaming need a very sensitive mouse.
Right, in a perfect world, if I could control it, then of course I want it as fast as possible. Right?
Yeah.
But if it's too fast, I can't control it, then do I just keep doing it till I can control it? Or
I think it does take some practice, like getting used to it, because you don't have to move your hand as much. So I've gotten used to it at the faster speed.
Right.
But I don't really want to
Some people also use a tiny chessboard when they play. Yeah, their chessboard's really tiny, so they don't have to move very far.
Oh, that's something I haven't thought about.
Yeah.
Probably makes them quicker on the puzzles. I can't see it. I'm too old. So what are people saying?
What's my
Trying
favorite
to figure
computer
out
game?
who is more high. Maybe a poll? What does that even mean? Poll.
A poll on here. On the, you know how there's a poll. You can do polls on Twitch.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Professionals use a crazy slow mouse.
Oh yeah, I know people use keyboard for Ultra Bullet. That's because here's how it works. You just you hold like a button on the keyboard like K.
Yeah.
And then you just move your mouse like here like this, right? Like this. And then if any of it's legal, it'll go to the first legal square. So if it's like king and queen against king, and the queen is trying to stop you from moving from pre-moving, you know, and you're using a keyboard, you hold down the button and you just go like this. You'll always play legal moves as long as you are around the king, you know.
Oh, okay.
So it's a lot faster than trying to move all the time, and it never works, you know.
Yeah.
Because your opponent's a queen, they keep tricking you, like going on the different diagonals and such.
Yeah.
So yeah, I noticed that people do that. Yeah, at least I've heard of it. I don't play Ultra Bullets. I didn't experience it. Yeah. Am I a good skateboarder? No, obviously not. I don't think I've ever skateboarded. Even once.
I've skateboarded before.
Maybe once.
I wasn't wasn't great. I just did it. And back then, they didn't wear helmets or anything. I'm just telling you, it's crazy what we used to do. And those hills in the neighborhood. My dad used to live in the same neighborhood that we live in now, so it's very hilly, as you know.
Yeah.
And I took the skateboard. I went like down
Oh, that's scary.
with no helmet.
Wow. Old school.
Or pads. I just went.
Hey, how's it going, Chess Kid
Crazy.
2021? Good to see you again.
So you wouldn't see that now, and that was pretty dumb. They just didn't have as many, as much safety gear back then.
Right.
So I wonder, Ben, when is your flight taking off? I think he lands at 11 something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't even know he was going to be back today.
Oh yeah, it's coming back tonight.
I didn't know.
Yeah, like at 11 something. I just couldn't remember when.
That's pretty cool.
Only chess people hate that.
And the keyboard playing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really know. You know, I don't care about. I don't care about Ultra Bullet so much. You know, the integrity of Ultra Bullet. You know? Like, come on. Like, Ultra Bullet's fun, like, you know, but it's silly. You know, it's silly. Yeah. Even like 1 minute is kind of silly, you know. But at least like there's some like skill in 1 minute, because obviously that's like kind of a lot of time. You know, you can't just play ridiculous.
Right.
But also in 1 minute you want to do stuff that's not necessarily good in classical chess. So there's sort of like a balance there.
Mm-hmm, that's true.
You can't go overboard, because if your opponent has 15 seconds and they're up a queen, they'll always win, you know, if they're a good 1 minute player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, pre-board now?
Oh, pre-boarding. Oh, like pre-moving, yes.
Yay.
It's slightly... Oh, right, because I remember the quote. It was, he's like, is this like skateboarding? It's like, yeah, except half the time somebody dies. He goes, oh, so it's slightly safer than skateboarding.
That's funny. So you don't know if you've ever skateboarded?
I think somebody had a skateboard, and I said, like, can I try it? And then I tried it once, and it was fun. Mm-hmm. But obviously I was just, like, standing on it and barely moving, you know, kicking a little.
Yeah, I don't know why I went down that
could barely
hill.
do it.
Like, but I did it, and also my younger brother, also both of us went down that same hill, and he was probably 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's boarding. Time to chessboard.
Yeah, he said that before that even. He says pre-board now.
Yeah, but now it's time to board.
Oh, okay.
Have a good flight.
See you soon.
Yeah, on Lee Chess you can... Right, that's right, Chess Kid, because you can... is it true on Lee Chess if you pre-move it doesn't even take 0.1 seconds away? You could theoretically pre-move to infinity if you never lose any time, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't play.
But you're only
chess.
allowed to make one pre-move at a time, unlike chess.com where you can make 10. Up to 10.
Yeah.
So it's different.
It is different. I think Ben noticed that when he played a match with I forgot the guy's name.
Oh yeah, there is the 50 move rule, and so you can set it to automatically do. Does it have to be automatic though? Like if neither player has an automatic 50 move rule, you could theoretically play till you die. I mean, I guess you could always do that. Yeah, my goal can't become. I can't really be a GM, in a feasible way. I'd have to win the lottery and spend the rest of my life dedicated to chess. That's the only possible way. And even then, it's not guaranteed.
Night and day. Yeah.
There's just no way.
It's hard for adults to do it, even those with an aptitude like Spencer, just because most of the time adults have to work.
Most of the time, yeah.
And so it's just hard.
But I could become an FM. That's definitely a reachable goal.
Definitely.
There are some things holding me back. Obviously, I need to improve. That's one thing, is improving. But also, I need to play in some FIDE events, of course.
Hey, by the way, we're going to have some FIDE.
Oh, yeah? Guaranteed?
Yeah.
Guaranteeing this?
So I thought...
This is live, so if it doesn't happen, then...
So, okay, so I thought that the route... We still need multiple paths, and we have multiple paths. But one path is somebody from the ranks, me, Anna, somebody. So she's now senior TD. So she's got to apprentice though.
All right, I knew about that.
Okay, so then there, the two candidates that we came up with locally were not that viable, and for different reasons. But then, I forgot about Hader.
I was just gonna ask, but I didn't know if I shouldn't say. About Hader. Yeah.
And so he can do it, but he travels a lot of the year. But during the fall and winter, he's here, so we can at least take advantage of him being here for 5 or 6 months. We should be able to get a few.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Not Bill Hader.
I heard a noise.
Thanks, Abyssional.
Yay.
Abyssional. That's a pretty cool name. It's
Abyssional.
like positional and abyss.
It's like, abyss. Abyssional, yeah. Yay. Thank you.
I do have a chess.com account. It's Spensenzug.
Yeah, and Spencer streams and
that's also my Twitch account.
I stream too. Karen ATL Chess Club. Probably wish I had a shorter name, but that's what it is.
Yeah, that's all right, Sven. You got it. Spensenzug. Yeah.
But so what else can we do? We have to stream for 2 hours minimum, and then
all right, I can show a puzzle.
Yeah,
an easy to set up puzzle.
And I
might have shown it on stream
Definitely.
before. I don't know though.
Doesn't matter. I've got that book over there if you don't want to have to come up with any.
All right, it's gonna be Mate in 3. Give me a second to remember it.
Okay.
It's not a lot. It's only pawns actually.
No, cool. Karen and Ben should do a karaoke stream. It says "Go Purple Birds."
That's true.
It would be fun to do a different kind of stream.
All right, here it is. White to play and Mate in 3.
White to play, and I think I've seen it, but I don't remember.
This is
answer.
a Banco puzzle.
Oh, is
Banco created this. Yes.
Oh, maybe I didn't. I thought Ben maybe somebody. I don't know the
do
answer
one of these, so.
at all. So white to play, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I used to do it like that.
Yeah, Chess Kid says, "Oh, you've shown this one. I know I've seen it,
That's
but
I remember I showed it at camp. That's why he knows it.
oh, really?
Yeah, I showed it at camp. Yeah.
I think I've seen it, but I don't know the answer. So I'm gonna look.
Yeah.
Because I always forget anyway.
I would do a video game stream. In your seat, nice. Oh, now we know his seat number, so we can like have him poisoned. If we tell the stewardess. I'm sorry, flight attendant. I didn't want to be offensive.
Have a good flight. All right, now let me look. So white to move, and what am I doing here?
Mate in 3.
Don't Mate in 3. Okay.
Yeah, and all your pawns are promoting, by the way.
I have to figure out what they promote to and which ones.
You're right. Because it's very easy to win by normal means. But there's only one way to win by Mate in 3.
All right.
My job is to teach chess, so that's all I do. But if you want some chess lessons, shoot me an email. SpencerFeingold@gmail. Why Mate in 3 when we could mate in 43? That is true. You could mate in 43 here. Unless black resigns. Which would certainly be the case. What rating should you start considering chess lessons? Well, I think if you know the rules, the legal rules, then you can already start getting lessons. You can learn the rules on your own. Well, maybe you should play a little bit first, but yeah, I mean, you can always get chess lessons, right?
Darn, this one's going to be too hard.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
I can't do this one.
Dang.
I can't do it. I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
But let's see. I mean, I can try, but I'm just saying I don't know it.
Right, yeah.
So if somebody comes up with the answer, we can read it out.
Right, exactly. Yeah, what if we have 0.3 seconds on chess.com? Chess Kid knows. Chess Kid knows what it's about.
Wait, what is it?
And he said if you have 0.3 seconds on chess.com, you can only win by Mate in 3. So you have to do it.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, GM Benjamin Feingold knows it.
Somebody's shown this to me before, but
It's
I
probably
just,
me.
one of you.
I show it all the time.
Oh, you do.
It's easy to remember. That's why I show
I don't
it.
remember it.
I mean, it's easy for me to remember the setup.
Oh.
Because it's a W and there's a kings there.
Mhm.
You know.
Okay.
Oh, the chat did figure it out. Nuke got it. That's pretty good, Nuke. Yeah. Right, that's what you meant. Yeah, I figured it out. Yeah. Also, I could have shown it differently. Like, all the pawns were shifted over to the right and the kings, everything was shifted over. Doesn't really matter, which file you're on.
Let's see.
Well, yeah, unbannable account, but it's supposed to be mate in 3, because everything would win otherwise. How do we make it so we can... It's not auto-promote. You see mate in 2?
I thought I did.
It doesn't exist.
Oh, if you went...
How could it?
F8 queen.
And I'll take that.
Oh.
Okay, but or that. I mean, how are you going to mate me in 2 after that? Also this? You can't even mate in 2 there.
Yeah.
How do I make it so I don't auto-promote? Let me see. It's probably play, right?
I don't remember where the setting is. But I remember
this
is Ben's account. Oh, no, this is my account, so I don't care.
Right. I have to make a bishop. Now you could take either pawn you want, which doesn't matter, and then I'll promote to a rook.
Mm-hmm.
You only have one legal move, and then mate.
There's no way they chat got that. Come on.
Yeah.
You guys, come on.
He did get it. He even pretended to say, he said, here's what he did. He said, here takes, and then G8 equals rook. I mean, F8 equals rook. So he made it seem like he didn't use an engine then. Because he would say the right move then, right? He would say the right move.
Yeah. All right, well, maybe you did.
Yeah.
I can't say. I wasn't going to get that ever.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. You make a bishop and then a rook. But if either of these are queens, it's stalemate. That's the problem. If either of these are queens, he can't go here. So it has to be this is a bishop and not a rook. And this is...
I looked at bishop, but I just wasn't sure what to do after that.
After he takes, or takes.
I just didn't know. I did look at bishop and thought, nah.
I remember when I solved this, it was on ICC. I would do tactics on ICC. This was before chess.com. And it took me 4 minutes. I remember. I was pretty proud that it only took me 4 minutes to solve.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's a good one.
If it's a problem, shouldn't it only have one solution? It only has one solution. That's correct. Yeah. The fact that black has more than one legal move, I mean, there's still only one solution for white. Yeah. See, I don't even need to disparage chat. My dad will do it from chat. He's like my inside man. Got a man on the inside making fun of you. But he's right. They're ridiculous. Yeah.
I didn't see anything dumb.
No.
He says chat is either dumber or louder. Mm-hmm. What does he mean?
Because the guy said that there was more than one answer when there actually was only one answer.
Oh.
Right, the problem is you can't pre-move it because he has more than one legal move. You have to guess. You have to roll those dice, Pre-move this bishop, and then pre-move that. And then actually, beforehand, while he's thinking, you have to go and change always promote to off.
Right.
And then promote your bishop. And then a rook. That's how it is. But then if you do it perfectly and guess correctly, got him. Got him. Yeah. All right. That was a pretty good puzzle, though.
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm
R.I.P.
sorry,
Banco,
but I'm going to try to
dead.
remember it next time.
I think so.
So what should we do? It's a little bit after 9.
Right.
So technically we
should be off Chess TV.
We could
Get out of here, you guys. Come on.
So I wonder if we are. It looks like...
We got 25-45. Maybe they just all, got on Twitch and just stuck around. These two are so cool.
Yeah.
Look at this puzzle he remembered. That was the plan, NJ Crispy, yes.
Wait, what did he say?
Let's not mention Ben's last comment.
What was the comment?
It was, we can't mention it. NJ Crispy said.
9. What? No. What's he saying that's negative?
No, it wasn't negative. It
Oh.
wasn't. Yeah, no. It was all right. Let's see. Do I know any other puzzles off the top of my head? Probably not.
Hey,
huh?
what we could do some from the book there.
All right. Yeah.
You
I
want to
could
do some
a book
puzzles?
puzzle.
I could do
Maybe
some.
just a couple more, right?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Why not?
We'll do a couple.
Sure. Why not?
Let's see who the potential Ray D might be.
Right.
Looking towards our near future.
I like how the top people are all thousands, and then there's one that's 6.
Oh.
Like, right, there's nobody who's like has a normal amount. It's either thousands or 6.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, we'll have to bring it up over here. I think I do have it up over here. We'll have to bring it up because we can't raid from this window because this is me logged in. Because Ben didn't know
The
that
token,
I'm the
right?
token. The token.
Wait, but you can still raid.
I can't raid from here, but I think I have it up over here. Let me see.
I get you. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, I have it in OBS. You can open the chat in OBS. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's what I do.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm next level.
Oh, you have to show me that after.
Yeah,
we start.
totally.
Let me see. Yeah, see, I've got it up because of this.
I see you.
Yeah, so. Uh-oh. Wait.
No, it's silent. Yeah. It's okay. It's silent or muted, whatever.
All right, I'm gonna go back over here.
Why is your hair that color? Is a puzzle off the what?
Oh, here, I'll get this back.
Come on.
Wait, what's going on?
Why is your hair that color? Is a puzzle off the top of your head? Oh, I think it's why is your hair that color, comma, is a puzzle off the... I don't know. What did he mean? That didn't make sense. Right?
Probably a typo, maybe.
Maybe it's my fault. I can't understand such a long sentence. It's like 6-word maximum, you guys. Come on. I don't know. I didn't solve this one yet. Maybe that's a good one. But sometimes it's easy. I just didn't solve it, you know. Actually...
Sigh.
Well, this might be okay.
Did we miss something? Your hair color equals... He said sigh. I think we missed a joke somehow in there.
Well, it was too complicated for me.
Sorry.
I'm all about simple humor.
We're tired. We played chess all day. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Tiring. And I worked and played chess,
I just played chess.
took care of the dogs, worked
But
and
I
played
played at a
chess.
higher level, so
That's true.
it was tougher.
But it still felt the same. And I'm older, so I have a handicap.
That is true. But certainly it takes more mental energy for me to play chess than you. Because I calculate more.
I don't know, but I have to work harder to get something smaller.
That's true. That's a good point, actually. That's actually a good point.
Yeah. I'm a pretty hard worker.
It's tough. I don't know how you would measure how much mental energy it takes to do something.
I know.
We have to ask some sort of doctor. Anyways, this is white to play and win.
All right, white to play and win. All right, I'm not looking at chat for a minute because you guys will spoil it. White to play and win. I'm going to take my glasses off for this part. All right.
Yeah, you should predict what I say, then make the jokes in advance so that, you know, then the delay will make it, you know. It's like in that recent Family Guy where he's like, I'm going to hit the table in the middle of the sentence because there's a delay. So then you start talking when I hit the table, and then we'll hear it at the right time because it's in the middle of the sentence. You'll start talking, and then there's the delay. That was a pretty good bit.
Wait, that was from where was that?
It was on Family Guy.
Oh,
so
I don't
they're
remember that
on like
one.
a speakerphone, but there's a long delay. So he's in the middle of a sentence. He'll hit the table, and then the other person will start, talking at the point, and then they'll hear it at the right time.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
I didn't know you like Family Guy a little, but
Yeah, I mean, I've seen
Not as
every
much as
episode
me.
multiple
Oh.
times, so I'll probably like it. But it's not as good as American Dad, of course.
yeah. Y'all have to check that one out some more. Okay, so when I'm back to this white to play.
Right, I still haven't solved it, but I have an idea that it looks like it works. And I'm pretty sure it does. Because I can't find a defense to it. Yeah, that should be it. I hope. Unless it's a little tricky. Sometimes, like, it's still right, but it looks like it's complicated, more complicated than it looks. Yeah. That's pretty much correct, chess kid, but the wrong notation. Right? But still correct. Everyone's banned. What, even unbannable account is, you're going to ban him? Or them? Actually, I shouldn't assume gender here. But yes, it was on purpose, unbannable account. Who would have any, like, unusual hair color by accident, right? I guess it could be, like, the paint fell on your head or something. Hey, Robert E. gifting a sub. Thanks, Robert E.
Yay, thank you.
He always gifts subs to troll names. So this one is Shrinkage Supreme. That's how he does it on my channel all the time.
Is that a real name?
Yeah, that's a real account. That's a real account. I don't know, how do you do that? You can gift accounts to people who aren't watching, I guess.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten. If you just give it to the community, it actually picks it. But you can't be getting lucky every time.
They're up all night to get lucky.
Darn, I don't see it. Let me see. Did people get it already?
A couple people said the right thing.
All right.
Like Sven.
All
Sven's getting pretty good, I noticed. He still hasn't beaten me yet, I don't think, but any day now. Chess Kid beat me recently, too. In real life, not online. On my chess.com account, you can look if you want. I've won like 50 or 75 games in a row. I won and won and won.
That's great.
Yeah, because it's all people like on my channel, you know. It's all viewers on my channel. But some of them are pretty good. Like one was an IM and stuff. You know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I had 0.9 seconds and you drew. You almost beated me. We drew? Dang.
Hey, I don't see it. I'm gonna have to have some help.
So the idea is to play that.
I wasn't even looking at that.
Because, well, you should, because that's loose, right? Or it's attacked and defended the same number of times. So it's under defended or whatever.
Dumb.
And then this pins it. Now, if you do that, though, they'll trade rooks. So you have to trade rooks first. And then do it. So they can't trade out of the pin. And now there's no way to defend. You simply can't defend the knight.
Yeah, I see now. Darn.
So we got him.
That wasn't even that hard. Yeah. When Ben is eating dinner, does he say, "See, Hikaru, you're not the only supper champ."
Supper. I didn't notice that it said supper.
Oh, yeah. No, Ben does not do that.
NJ Crispy did draw me once. Actually, that's the last game that I didn't win, was NJ Crispy's draw. Ever since then, I've won every game on my stream. And also, I'm playing in like these correspondence tournaments, for my dad's chess.com group, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I've won every game in those.
Fun. Oh, yeah, I've seen this
got
one
'em.
before. Yeah, I didn't.
C5 the knight d7. There is a defense.
Do a lot of people play in those?
This was like the first time they were doing it.
Oh.
Okay, so here it'll just be a queen move, right? Like this should win.
Yeah, thank you for that.
So that is a reasonable defense. Then rook a8. That doesn't work though, because I'll fork you at the end. He probably sees that, but it's just showing us, because then we got the fork.
Thank you, Robert.
Yeah. So that is probably the whole solution though. Is this? I didn't see that you could even try to defend. This is what I said. Sometimes it looks simple, but you actually have to find the only variation. And then there, yeah.
That one was just too hard for me.
Let's see if we were right. I wonder if it's the whole variation's in there.
Ben says, "Darn."
Oh, he thought that he was actually refuting me. I thought that he saw it, but he was just making me show the whole variation, which I didn't see.
Oh.
But instead, we just figured it out together. That's what really happened. 840 shorty. Let's see. All right, here we go. Rook d8, bishop a5, takes, queen c7, it says. This was all right. Then here it goes like this to protect the bishop, so you don't have to calculate one more move. That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
And white wins a piece.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Why not queen c7? Chess Kid's right. That is what he said, yes. Yeah. All right, what do you think? Another one or maybe one more? One
Yeah,
last
let's
one?
do one more. We'll
Yeah.
do one more puzzle, and then I think we're going to hit the road. I have to take care of the dogs again and my child.
All right, I looked at it only for like 10 seconds, but it looks complicated enough that it's not so simple. This will be black to play, so I'll change the names if you remind me.
All right. I'm so tired. I need to look and just see if I've heard from Misty.
Yeah, Misty is a great Pokemon trainer. Famous Pokemon trainer. Gym leader, actually. Excuse me.
All right.
Misty's probably the most famous gym leader in the whole series, actually. Not that you know, but you know.
And wait.
In all of Pokemon,
Oh, Pokemon.
Misty's probably the most famous gym leader. I
Oh,
would say.
really?
Yeah, everybody knows Misty.
Do you still play a lot of Pokemon?
Not really. You know, I played like maybe 400 or 500 hours of the most recent, but I have stopped, you know, for months now.
Yeah.
All right, it's black to play. Like I said, I'll change the thing and I'll even flip it so you guys stop crying. I can hear you guys crying in there.
And
In
then
the
you
chat.
probably change it so it says black. to
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
But
Do
I
that
think
or
it does
something.
help people know whose turn it is.
No,
more
that is
than-
good because if somebody just shows up on the spot
Right,
too, what are they
they
going to
can-
do?
So I have
Yeah, I like
changed
that.
my mind about the flipping. I used to be anti-flip, but now I've changed
Right.
my mind. That way people know when they see it.
Yeah. All right, it's black to play. Complicated. I have an idea, but I don't know if it works. No, I guess not. Well, maybe. I think I got it actually. No. Actually, yes. Yeah. Yeah, this one is kind of tricky. This one is pretty tricky. Let's see. Oh, I think Sven's got it. Yeah, it looks like the chat does have it. A couple with Nuke. I agree with you guys there. That's what I was thinking. TikTok got it. That makes sense. You got the other one too. Come on, Robert E. It's white to play. It's white to play. Don't look at the chat if you don't want to see the answer. You know?
You put black to play. What?
Oh yeah, black. I meant black.
Oh yeah, I thought you
meant
meant black.
Yeah.
What?
Said the wrong one.
I thought. Okay, so let me see. I
Yeah.
don't see it.
That's why we flipped it, and it also says it, but it might not be easy to see on the stream.
There.
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem like it wins the bishop. Yeah. Or also maybe the rook too. But I guess white can do best to give up. Well, no, maybe not.
I
Actually.
forgot about the pen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terrible. All right.
Yeah, no, it has to be that.
Let me try something else.
Yeah, this position is pretty confusing. There's a lot of pins going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember this game. I thought it was Bronstein. And there was like all these pins, both sides were pinning each other, and then Bronstein like had a trick at the end and won. But I could never find the game. maybe it wasn't Bronstein. I like looked it up on Google. I looked it up in ChessBase. I could never find a game with all. It was like tons of pins. I think it was Bronstein, but it might not have been. But I remember it's just everything was pinned. It was crazy. Oh, my dad says they're about to take off.
Okay.
See you
Safe
soon.
travels. See you soon. Darn, I don't see it. I was trying to look at if there was anything with on just taking the rook on e2 with the knight.
Well, one problem
You
is
have to
that the
give
queen is
up.
hanging. Yeah.
Yeah, so the only way to do that is if you have mate, and I couldn't really find one.
So what if I told you you had a way to not lose your queen, and also attack the opponent's queen at the same time? That's pretty good, right? 2 for 1. Double up on that. Yeah, you gotta save it and attack it. Now you gotta get creative though, right? There's no normal move that does that.
Okay.
Thank you, Dax.
Save it and attack the queen.
Yeah, not easy.
Well, it's not easy.
Yeah. It's not easy
Attack the
to
queen.
be me. That is a great Sir Mix-a-Lot quote about doubling up.
Let's see. Save the queen.
He had a lot of great opinions about the buttocks. Anyways, did you give up yet?
Kind of.
It ain't easy being cheesy. That's true.
Yeah, I just
The
don't know.
Cheeto would tell you that. It's here.
Oh.
Pinning the guy, so you can't take the queen, and attacking the queen.
Oh, darn.
A pin and a discovered attack.
Discovered pin.
Yeah, really cool. Then when you save your queen, you got a lot of stuff hanging.
Darn.
So it just seems like white
I
loses.
wasn't going to see that.
Since everything's losing.
Darn.
You know, everything's hanging, rather.
Oh,
Actually, this wasn't much calculation. You only needed to see one move. But it's
Yeah.
overwhelming because so much is going on.
Yeah,
I don't think that
darn,
there's
I didn't
even a
see it.
variation that white can try here to not lose material.
That's pretty cool, though.
How do you not lose something? You know, it seems impossible. For example, maybe you can try to move the king. Then my queen's hanging. But even still, I could just play bishop takes knight. Because my rook's defended. It's not like you can play queen takes rook. If I play bishop
Right.
takes knight, your queen's hanging, and I took a knight, and your bishop's hanging, and your rook's hanging. There's just no way.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they'll give a very... Like, maybe there is a tricky idea that I don't see, but I can't find anything that needs more than one move calculation. All right, let's see. What is it? Number 844?
Hey, Chess with Ovi. How's it
Oh,
going?
Ovi's in here? How's it going, Ovi? Good to see you, friend. E4 exclam. White
Ben's
has no
out of
good
town.
move.
Ben's on a plane.
Yeah, it agrees after E4 there's no move.
Oh, okay.
Just white loses.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great... I just did see it.
Yeah, E4 is cool. This is definitely
That's a
something I
great-
should try to show my students.
Yeah, that's a great puzzle. Which section
like
was that
that.
in the
This is tests.
test? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
So it's no specific theme, I guess. Just all the themes of the book.
I see. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I would be so shocked if this happened to me as white. I'd be like, what? E4? What's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. I didn't see the discovered pen. That was
This
the key.
this is the book, Crispy.
Yeah, this
The ultimate chess puzzle book.
Spencer and I used to do some puzzles from here, and Ovi and I have been doing puzzles from here. Ben and I have done puzzles
Yeah.
from there. It's a much... Ben got the book originally. I don't know from where.
Ovi dreams of this book, it says. Ovi, I've been loving Monk. I was just talking about it earlier, even. Really
Yeah,
funny. Really
yeah.
funny stuff. Yeah.
Did he recommend that to you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He did. Yeah.
We'll have to try that, Ben and I.
Yeah.
Ben and me. Ben and me. Ben and I.
It's just like, it's something my dad would like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Cool. All right. Well, I think we should raid someone.
Yeah. Totally.
And probably be done streaming just because I have
Yeah.
dogs at home.
I have cats too, you know.
I have a child.
They need tummy touch.
I'm sure ready.
They need me to touch the tum.
Let me see that.
I get it, you know. Gotta touch that tum.
Oh, I do miss having cats. I used to have
Cats
so
are
many
way
cats.
better than dogs.
Oh, let me
Admit
see.
it.
Let me wait.
Like, who smells worse? Dogs.
Dogs stink.
Yeah.
And there's just no getting around it.
Who kills humans occasionally? Dogs. You know?
All right, let me see.
How often do house cats kill a human? Pretty rare. I'm sure it's happened, but pretty rare. Gotta admit.
Yeah, our two dogs
Very
are
unlikely.
very ferocious. It makes
Yeah.
it makes it hard to have
Yeah,
people
yeah.
come over.
I don't even want to go over because
Yeah, I mean the dogs are pretty.
Bishop takes gets it. Look at the first two are my emotes.
Oh yeah.
Esper and
Yeah,
Africa.
I know. I
How
love
cute
this.
are they?
Yeah, they're very cute.
Yeah.
All right, now let's see who's streaming. So we've got. He's got.
That's pretty good.
I have a different list than he has. I'm surprised I don't have that other one. Oh, that's offline.
Right.
He only has 2 on his.
As
And
do you? You have 3 or 4.
3.
Yeah.
That's fine. I agree. So we'll just do 2.
All right.
All right.
That's true. Criticals. They would do that.
What'd they say?
Cats will wait for you to die before eating you. That's true. They would do that.
That's true.
What are they gonna do? Starve to death? Come on. Should eat you.
All right, guys.
Take it easy, everyone.
Take it easy. And we're going to, I haven't done it yet,
Okay.
but we're going to say bye first.
Bye.